This is the countdown to kickoff on the Northside Knights Media Network. Go Knights, go! This is the countdown to kickoff on the Northside Knights Media Network. Go Knights, go! countdown to kickoff on the Northside Knights Media Network. Go Knights, go! This is the countdown to kickoff on the Northside Knights Media Network. Go Knights, go! This is the countdown to kickoff on the Northside Knights Media Network. Go Knights, go!
The following is a special presentation of the Northside Methodist Academy Media Team.
The football field is lined. Those lines create yards. Yards turn into first downs. First downs turn into touchdowns. Why do we love the game of football? We hang on our team's success with each snap taken. We call them our team when our only role is fan. We jump for joy when they win, and we cry in defeat. Football teaches teamwork, conditioning, and endurance. In 1 Thessalonians 1:3, Paul gives thanks to God that faith has produced work, and love has produced labor, and hope has produced endurance. Listen to football as you've never heard it before. Sure, you will hear excitement when there is a touchdown scored.
The 30 to the 25, makes a move to the 20. He's going to be in! Touchdown! Northside!
But in addition to that, you will also hear more than football analysis play-by-play. You will hear how God is working in the lives of these local football families represented tonight.
Dear Lord, thank you for letting us live another day. Please keep everyone safe as they play tonight. Keep everyone from getting hurt, and let us not just play to win, but play for your glory, Lord, as we know and love you. Amen.
This is Mark Hall from Casting Crowns, and tonight you will hear God glorified. Whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God.
Northside Knights football is on the air.
Green 18! Hands up!
Now let's join the Northside broadcast team for tonight's game.
We're live here at Newton 2 Field in Slocomb, Alabama, set for tonight's football game between the Northside Knights and the Slocomb Red Tops. Good evening, everyone. It's great to have you here with us on the Northside Knights Media Network. Let me introduce the broadcast team to you tonight. We got our producer tonight is Northside senior, Mr. Trevor Dyson. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening. Good to be here.
Good to have you here. And then also we have down the field, our sideline reporter is Miss Tristin Robinson. Hey, Tristin.
Hey, guys.
And our football analyst tonight is Mr. Chuck Locke.
Matthew on the 50-yard line right here in front of Slocomb logo. So good to be here.
Yeah, we're right here. We're over here on the fans, the Northside fans. They're surrounding us, so good to be here. I'm Matt Johnson. It's good to have everybody tuned in tonight. Make sure you follow us, like and subscribe to the Northside Methodist Academy YouTube page, and share this link with all your friends. Let everybody know, especially those that couldn't make the trip tonight to Slocomb. They can tune in and listen to the broadcast. So we're going to, before we get into the football game, we're going to go down to the field. Tristin is down there. She's got our pregame prayer guest with us.
Hey, everyone. I'm on the field with cheerleader Weber Hawkins. How are you, Weber?
I'm pretty good. You know.
She's ready for game day. Yeah. Okay, Weber is going to do our pregame prayer.
Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful day you blessed us with to come out here and play football. Please be with the Slocomb players as well as the Northside players. Please help them to keep them safe from injury, and please just be with them throughout the game. Please help them remember good sportsmanship, and just help us throughout the game. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Weber.
Thank you very much. What a great way to start the broadcast, Chuck. You know?
It is. And again, we've said this the previous 2 weeks, Matt. It's unique, and it's just it's an opportunity for us to be involved in something special, to have Trevor and Tristin and the students involved in what we're doing. And it's not just a broadcast; it's a ministry, and I look forward to it each week.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so we got a football game tonight. You know, we talked about last week, Chuck, Northside hosting Providence, and you know, I think think after the first game of the season against Houston County, I think we kind of thought, you know what, they're going to keep this close. Well, compared to the year before, they did. But one of the things they just really struggled with was stopping that run up the middle, and they're going to be challenged with that tonight as well.
I know Coach Green made some comments during the week, and it impressed me. They're disappointed in the outcomes, but these kids are fighting hard. They're playing every down. We haven't seen any quit. And it's easy. Last week when Providence, it seemed that they were getting 7, 8, 9 yards plus each carry. That can take the wind out of a team. But to give the staff credit and these boys credit, they fought hard. So, if you keep doing that, good things will happen. I look forward to it being competitive all year. That they know they're going to be outsized the majority of the time. But as far as effort, that's fun to watch. And I think you build on it each week. I know that's cliche, Matt, but each week you build on what you learned from the previous week. And sooner than later, hopefully that'll begin to click into wins.
Yeah, and they're going to be challenged tonight. They got 2 running backs here in Slocomb that are really, really good. I mean, everybody we talk about Jalen Nobles, but Rashawn Miller from the video feed of last week was really impressive. And so when you got that 1-2 punch, that's tough to stop.
And you think over 200 pounds, 2 seniors and a junior. So those 3 are going to pose a challenge for anybody. I think Geneva was probably fortunate last week to get a win over Slocomb. Slocomb really, they were not manhandled by Geneva. Geneva made a late play in the game, was able to pull out the victory. But I expect us to see a steady diet of those 3 players tonight on the ground.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you what, Trevor and I were watching the kicking game for the Red Tops tonight, and the field goal kicker was kicking from 42 yards with no problem.
Exactly, and I'll touch on that in our key to the game.
Yeah, and it's going to be, it'll be fun to watch tonight. The adjustments that Northside has made over the last week, had an extra day to kind of get recouped and try to okay, here's how we're going to approach this game tonight. And last week when you looked at the game that Slocomb played against Geneva, they played here, first game of the season for them. They lost that game 14-7. But a lot of sloppy play, which you expect in the first game, but not characteristic of a Slocomb team. So I bet they cleaned that up this week.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. We've seen them the past 3 years just doing different broadcasts, and they've always been very disciplined.
Tristin was able to talk to Coach Toby Green this week. Here's what they had to say.
Tonight, the invitation will be given by Miss Edie.
Hey everyone, it's Tristin Robinson here, and I'm back with Coach Green to talk about last week's game against Providence and this week's game against Slocomb. Coach Green, how are you today?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Well, let's get right into these questions. What improvements have you seen the team make from the beginning of the season to where they are now?
We're starting to gel as a team, come together. I think everybody has each other's back. We always kind of talk about if you were in a street fight, who would you want standing beside you? And football is a violent game, and it's we use that analogy a lot, and I think those kids are doing a good job of standing shoulder to shoulder with each other and competing on Friday nights.
How is the new Northside team progressing compared to the other teams you have coached?
Well, that's always a tough question. We're coming along fine. We're still working on learning how to practice and how to do things in the weight room, do things the right way, conduct ourselves the right way. But for the most part, they're buying in. They're buying what we're selling, and I'm proud of how the kids have been coachable.
What would you like to see more of from them?
Obviously, got to do a better job of stopping the run with the other team. Our defense has to do a better job of stopping the run, which I think we've shown some improvement there. We just got to keep going forward in the right direction. We've still got to just keep developing great habits.
What players stood out to you in the game against Providence?
Of course, Carter from game 1 to 2 at quarterback had a good progression. I was proud of his progression. Our offensive line's coming together well. Receivers Colin Blackwell had a kind of a breakout game. Tyler Quintero had a good job catching the ball. Jaden Watkins had a couple of good catches for us. So those guys kind of stand out. Defensively, I think Tyler Smith's doing a good job, continue doing a good job. Looks like Caleb Andrews had a good game on the defensive line. Our Tharp's progressing as well.
How should the team be preparing to play Slocomb?
Obviously got to stop number 1, Miller, number 25, Nobles. Those guys are kind of a dynamic duo. they're guys that can definitely play on Saturdays. If we're not ready to stop them, it'll be a long night.
Does the team need to adjust their strategy when playing the Red Tops, or should they keep playing a similar game?
Got to adjust the strategy a lot because it's different offensive schemes than what we've faced the last 2 weeks. Those schemes were similar. Again, if we just got to be able to put our helmet on number 1 and number 25.
What do you think will be most important to keep in mind when playing Slocomb?
Know that they're a very good football team. They won their region last year. I think they won 9 or 10 games. We got to accept they're used to winning. We've got to get off to a great start. We've been a really good second half team, but we've got to get off to a better start. And we just have to take it one play at a time and try to win one play at a time.
Well, finally, do you have anything that you would like to share with our Knights fans?
Yeah, we had a great crowd there Friday night. Again, our interest with the music and the smoke, and we run through the night tunnel, if that's what we call it. It's an amazing entrance to a football game, and our fans have made some noise. I've kind of heard, this is kind of a backhanded compliment. I always heard that there wasn't a lot of cheering at our games in the past, but I've been told by some of the fans that a lot of the fans are cheering and making noise and having a good time at the game, and just get behind these kids. They win, lose, or draw, they work awfully hard. Our band and cheerleaders work awfully hard. Our managers, water girls, a lot of people put a lot of work into the fans' experience on Friday night, and I just hope they have a great time watching the Knights play.
Well, I have to agree, Coach Green. I love football season. I love all the hard work that everyone puts in to making this season happen. But thank you so much for talking with me again this week, and thank you to our listeners for tuning in. As always, go Knights.
Chuck, you got keys to the game for us tonight.
I do. Offensively, Matt, we've got to protect Carter Stevens tonight. If we have any opportunity to make an offensive push down the field, protect him in the pocket, and he needs to establish the short pass game. I don't know if we can do a run game on this red top defense, but use that short pass as a run game. Defensively, we've got to contain. Not worry about stopping, but contain that three-headed monster we talked about with those 2 seniors and 1 junior.
All right. Well, the Red Tops won the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half. So both teams are about to come on the field, and when we come back, we will have the kickoff. You're listening to Northside Knights Football.
Ozark's oldest restaurant, El Palacio. Famous for Mexican steak fingers and a salsa taste that lingers. El Palacio,
Northside Athletics would like to thank Mike Miller of Country Financial for their generous support. Mike Miller is a Country Financial representative providing insurance and financial services for the communities in and around Dothan. The number is 334-828-8280.
Mike Schmidt's Automotive Group proudly supports Northside Athletics. They take pride in their inventory of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, as well as their helpful and professional sales staff. MikeSchmidt'sAutomotiveGroup.com.
Scott Stevens Tire and Service is a proud supporter of Northside Athletics. For tires and auto repair, Scott Stevens specializes in outstanding customer service. ScottStevensTireandService.com, 334-794-6969.
It can be difficult to choose your Medicare plan. At no cost to you, the Healthcare Resource Center can help you choose from all available Medicare plans to find the one that best fits your individual needs. We not only help you pick a plan, but we also help you use your plan by pairing you with a local agent you can actually talk to. Northside Football thanks Healthcare Resource Center. Free help for people on Medicare.
The Joy FM 94.3, 96.1 is grateful for Northside Methodist Academy, training young champions for Christ and molding the decision makers of tomorrow. We pray God's blessing and protection over all the students, staff, and leadership from all of us at the Joy FM.
Hey, I'm Matt Johnson with the Northside Media Team. It's our vision to train young students about media and technology while bringing you live athletic coverage for Northside Methodist. Would you prayerfully consider supporting us in this new endeavor? Please contact Terry Dyson for more information at 334-794-7273.
Northside Knights Football is on the air.
Hey, this is Coach Toby Green, and it's time for kickoff. Go Knights, go.
Well, we're getting going on down there. Tristin, how's the field?
The field is great. I love the conditions out here. It was really hot, really bright earlier today, but I think with the sun coming down, the conditions are a lot better. It's not as hot. I think it's going to be a lot easier to play in this weather.
Very good. And the ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. Slocomb in their home uniforms, all, what is that, maroon? Looks maroon. It's not tomato red. And the Knights are in their road uniforms, green helmets, white jerseys, and green pants.
Maybe it's Cardinal, Matt. I don't know.
Maybe. Looks like they're getting set for an onside kick here.
And Northside looks like they don't have anyone deep, it's for sure.
Yeah. They were kicking pretty good, so I'm a little surprised by this, but we're just waiting for the refs whistle, and here we go. Number 54 for Slocomb. He's got the ball teed up, and here's the kick, and it is a low kick. It's going to bounce off, and I believe Slocomb's got it, and they do.
Wow, just like they drew it up.
Like they drew it up.
And they did not hide the fact that they were going to do that either. Great execution there. It did not hit the ground. It just beamed the guy right in the belly.
Yeah, it came at, it was like a Brett Favre fastball coming across there. It kind of surprised the Knights receiver there. So instead of getting the ball in good field position for Northside, Slocomb's going to get the ball here at their own 46-yard line.
Matt, in hindsight, and it's always 20/20, but just let that ball go. Just get out of the way of it,
yeah,
and it goes straight out of bounds.
It had gone out of bounds. Absolutely. They come out in the Wildcat. Nobles back there by himself. Here's the snap. He's going to keep it himself. He's coming around looking for a hole. He comes around the outside. He gets around the corner, and he's off to the races. He's pushed out of bounds near the north side 40-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 42.
Matt, it was well defended initially. They stopped him on that first hole, pushed it outside like you're coached to do. But again, the athleticism that we talked about pregame is what broke that play for a first down for the Red Tops.
So it's on the north side 42-yard line. Glad you could join us tonight. Make sure you share with your friends the link to this broadcast. Spread formation. Thomas in the quarterback spot for the Red Tops. And he's going to keep it himself, going up the middle, slips a tackle, slips another one, puts his head down, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped for a loss. Well, maybe he got a yard. That's it.
Again, well defended. Hey, even though he got a first down on the first play, that's two defensive plays in a row that they were not fooled. Just take execution and take it to the next level. And you play like that tonight, you're going to hang in the ball game.
Yeah, because they were going up the middle against Geneva last week a lot. So hopefully they can keep that going.
Saw more of a traditional set for the Red Tops at that point when without the Wildcat, and they're back in it again this time.
2nd down and 9 for the Red Tops. 2 wide receivers to the left. Looks like 3 to the right.
One of those to the left is Noble, so keep an eye on him.
Snap. Keeps it himself. He slips the tackle, gets hit, and dropped at the 40-yard line. Maybe another half a yard, and that's it.
Another great defensive play. I think if it wasn't for that bobbled snap, high snap, they were looking for that quick out to Nobles on the left side, Matt.
So 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 8 for the Red Tops here. See if the Knights can get a good stop here and get the ball back.
I would love to see the defensive end or another back come up to double up on Nobles in that slot position, because that's one-on-one. That's a tough ask for anyone.
They come out with kind of a wide receiver bunch towards the line, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. High snap over his head, and he's going to have to fall down on it, and they're going to be 4th down and long. That's going to force a punt, Chuck.
Great stop, even though it was aided by a mistake for the Red Tops. But listen, after the onside kick, you couldn't ask for anything more for the Knights on that exchange. Great defensive exchange, and, I wouldn't put it past the Red Tops here to try something funky here, even though it's 4th and long.
Ball spotted back at the Red Tops' 46-yard line. They line up like they're going to go for it here, but I think he's going to drop back maybe and go do the pooch kick.
I think so, Matt. They're going to try something here.
Here's a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to throw deep. Has his man, is incomplete. And the Knights will take over on downs.
Wow, and we called it. They looked at it, and it was really inaudible. They were looking to see if Northside was playing it safe or playing punt return, and the play was there. And we were just fortunate enough to make a play.
So I ran into Coach Gainey last night at Westgate Park, and I said, "Are you ready for tonight?" He said, "Our defense is ready for tonight." He said, I knew we weren't going to be very physical to match Providence. He said, but I feel good about tonight. And so far, from what we've seen, it's good. Shotgun formation, Carter Stevens in the gun. And it's going to give up the middle to, looks like Gage Rhodes, and he pulls forward, gets about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, that's, I won't say it's predictable, but you got to see if you can establish something to open up some passing lanes for Carter Stevens, and or, as we talked about during the week, Matt, some running options for him as he scrambles. Could be our best offensive weapon.
Ball just inside the Slocomb 45-yard line. 2nd down and 8. One wide receiver way far on the right side. 2 on the left. And the give to Gage Rhodes again. Up the middle, he's got some room. He's up to the 40. He falls forward, down to the 37-yard line, close to a 1st down.
Great 2nd down and long play by the Knights there. He found a couple of holes. The offensive line did a good job sealing on that pull. It's a great execution by the Knights.
We're going to call it 3rd down and about 1.5 yards.
A lot of option here for our young men to see if they can convert this 3rd down and keep this thing going.
Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Keeper himself is Stevens. He gets hit. He slips out. He falls forward. He pushes. He's got the 1st down.
Wow, what effort.
What an effort.
Great effort by Carter Stevens there to get the 1st down for the Green.
So the ball just past the 35-yard line. And it'll be 1st down for the Knights.
You know, Matt, he didn't have anything. They had great penetration there, the Red Tops did, but you give them credit. And that fight we're talking about, you just you keep on fighting and something good will happen.
Well, the Slocomb band is in good form tonight.
And we're right in line as well.
We are. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Back to pass is Stevens, looking, throws, looking for his man. He's got it caught at the sideline. Now that
he caught it.
He caught it right at the 1st down marker. That was Tyler Quintero.
I can't see where they spotted it, Matt. We're kind of low here tonight, so we'll see.
Yeah, we're not 600 feet up in the air like we were the last couple of weeks up in the Knights Watchtower. They're going to be just short by about 6 inches. No, they're going to call it the first down.
Yeah. Got that 6 inches as we talk.
1 wide receiver to the left, 2 to the right.
And now he blows it into play.
And the keeper, Stevens, going around the outside. He's going to be hit from behind and dropped back at the 29-yard line, loss of about 4.
Great speed that time from Braylon Miller coming from the backside. Plays running back on the offense, 5'11" and 195. Really was on Carter Stevens before Carter knew what had happened.
So 2nd down and long. Ball's right at the 29-yard line of Slocomb.
Here again is what we're talking about, Matt. When you have a negative play, don't panic. Stay to your game plan and see what they can make happen and just get a little bit at a time. No need to try to get it all right here.
1 wide receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun formation, Stevens. And the give is to Gage Rhodes up the middle, pushes forward. And he may have gotten maybe about 2 yards, maybe 3. It's going to make it 3rd and long.
The initial hole was there, and Gage will learn through the year, and he danced a little bit, ran hard, but ran right back into pursuit. And they'll coach that up without a doubt.
So 3rd down, we're going to call it about 12. Looks like they're going to line up, same formation, except they're going to have trips to the right. 1 wide receiver to the near side.
Looks like Matt called a timeout. There was a bit of confusion there, Matt.
Call timeout. 6:22 to go, 1st quarter. And we'll take a break while they sort things out. You're listening to Northside Knights football.
Ozark's oldest restaurant, El Palacio. Famous for Mexican steak fingers and a salsa taste that lingers. El Palacio,
Northside Athletics would like to thank Mike Miller of Country Financial for their generous support. Mike Miller is a Country Financial representative providing insurance and financial services for the communities in and around Dothan. The number is 334-828-8280.
Scott Stevens Tire and Service is a proud supporter of Northside Athletics. For tires and auto repair, Scott Stevens specializes in outstanding customer service. ScottStevensTireandService.com, 334-794-6969.
This is Northside Knights football.
3rd down and 12. Trips to the left. One wide receiver to the right for the Knights. An empty backfield. Stevens back to pass. Throws quickly to the near side, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Jaden Watkins, and that's going to bring it 4th down.
The play was well defended. That cliche, you hear footsteps. He gator-armed the ball is what we call it, and just took his eyes off of it. It would have been a short gain if he'd caught it.
So lining up to go for it here on 4th down. You're kind of in no man's land with the position on the field.
And what little wind there is, it's against you.
Back to pass. Stevens looking. Throws deep into the end zone, looking for his man, and it is incomplete, knocked away, and the ball will go to the Red Tops.
Well defended by the Red Tops that time. Number 2 for the Red Tops, Brody Campbell, 11th grader, just well defended. But listen, and one of the keys of the game that I didn't get to, Matt, is win field position. So in the exchange of the first 2 possessions, we're on top as far as field position. So it's trending the right way for the Knights.
Yes. The Red Tops will take over at their own 26-yard line. No score, 6:08 to go first quarter. Thomas in the gun. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 and 2 to the right. High snap again. He's back to pass, looking, rolling, throws, and he's got his man at the 45-yard line. He's off the races. He's up to the 40. He's got one man to beat. He's to the 20. He's to the 10, and he's knocked down at about the 11-yard line.
It was a well-designed play. We bit on the play action. The outside did, and left him wide open. Jaden Watkins showed some speed, the 5'11", 160 sophomore, to chase that play down. But just a good play by the Red Tops.
So 1st down, they're going to mark it back at the 13-yard line, looks like. Mark at the 14. Yeah, we have
probably our lowest vantage point of the year, I would guess. Certainly different than the previous 2 weeks.
Shotgun formation, two running backs on either side of Thomas. Snap, give us to Nobles, up the middle, going around the outside. He's got some room. He is hit. He breaks off a tackle and goes in for a touchdown.
Again, not bad defended, but you lay a shoulder in the 25, it's not going to stop him. You've got to wrap up.
He is a man among boys down there.
That's a big guy. It's amazing, at 3A ball, when you can really see a difference in size and among the players.
Yeah.
And he does.
Oh, yeah.
He stands out. He looks like a lineman.
Well, he plays safety, too, so we've seen him back there playing safety a little bit as well. So.
And of course, at 6'1", 220,
yeah,
he's as big as any lineman.
They're going for 2 here in the Wildcat. And give up the middle. He hits, pushes forward, and he's going to be in for the 2-point conversion. So a 5:24 to go first quarter. It's 8-0 Slocomb. And Tristin is on the field, and she's got her first report of the night. Well, really not the first report. It's the first report of the first quarter. Let's call it that. Tristin?
All right, guys. I'm going to tell you a little story about what happened to our football team as their transportation kind of fell apart. They were about to load the bus. Everything was getting set, ready to go. And our bus driver realized that our engine started burning up. Our engine was on fire. So we had to, think on our feet and find our way over to the field to find our way to Slocomb. And, it wouldn't be a Northside game if there wasn't any chaos involved.
Well, there's always something, right?
So Matt, would that be what you call an inauspicious start to the evening?
Yeah, I guess so. But here's the thing. Looks like the team is here. So
yep, that's right.
They're ready to play football tonight. So, all right, let's see if the kickoff here looks like they're going to line it up just like they did before. Let's see if Knights can field this one a little bit better.
It looks like they're looking for a sign from the sideline.
All right, here's the kick. And it's another squibber roller. It's on the field. It's gobbled up this time by Colin Blackwell back at the 46-yard line. So good job by him to get that ball.
And give the young man credit. He did not kick the same onside kick. So if we did plan to let it go out of bounds that time, we'd been in a world of hurt.
It was a good roller that time. Almost didn't go 10 yards.
Yeah, he kicked it a little deeper, and it was all on the ground. You know, and that's amazing because they were kicking the fool out of the ball in the pregame.
I know it. That's just really interesting. All right, 8-0 Slocomb. Knights come out with one wide receiver to the left, two to the right. Stevens rolling out to the outside, looking down the field, throws, has his man caught. Out of bounds near the 49-yard line, gave about 6.
That's exactly what we were talking about in the pregame for his keys. Establish that short pass. It works as a running game. Soften that underbelly up so you can get a little deeper pass as it progresses. Great play by the Knights to open this possession.
Colin Blackwell with the reception on that play. Good crowd here tonight, both sides.
It really is, Matt.
Got the stands pretty full over across the way for Slocomb, and there's not a lot of seats over here on the visitor side for the Knights. So shotgun formations for Stevens. Gage Rhodes standing next to him. And they give us to Rhodes up the middle. He gets hit immediately and is going to lose about 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that play with the cross buck there, it didn't work with that. What the Knights call that buck play when they go look one way and turn back the other, and the Red Tops had it cinched out.
Ball is at the Northside 49-yard line. They need to get to the Red Top 45 for the 1st down.
Got some substitutes coming in for the Knights that see if they can establish what play they want. Play clock's not working, I don't think.
They're not using it tonight. Not sure what that's about.
I guess they keep it on the field. I'm not sure.
Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass, Stevens. Looking, under pressure. He's going to be down. Oh, the ball's loose. Ball is still loose, and there's flags down. Red Tops have it, but let's see what the flag is.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised. That's unnecessary roughness against the Red Tops.
And we're going to see what, waiting for the ruling on the field.
Unless they call intentional grounding. Yep.
And that is what it's going to be. So it's going to still be Knights ball at that point?
Yeah, no fumble on it, but we do lose the down.
All right.
So that's going to make 4th down.
So 4th down brings on the punt team for the Knights.
4th down and 21, maybe?
Yeah, they got to, you know, he's not going to have as much time, I don't think, tonight as he did against Providence to throw the ball. These guys are going to be coming after him, and he's going to have to get rid of that ball quickly, I believe, tonight.
Exactly. A lot of speed coming from the edges for the Red Tops for sure. Got a timeout for the Knights. A little confusion.
Timeout for the Knights. We'll take one also with 3:54 to go first quarter, 8-0 Slocomb. You're listening to Northside Knights football.
It can be difficult to choose your Medicare plan. At no cost to you, the Healthcare Resource Center can help you choose from all available Medicare plans to find the one that best fits your individual needs. We not only help you pick a plan, but we also help you use your plan by pairing you with a local agent you can actually talk to. Northside Football thanks Healthcare Resource Center. Free help for people on Medicare.
Mike Schmidt's Automotive Group proudly supports Northside Athletics. They take pride in their inventory of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, as well as their helpful and professional sales staff. MikeSchmidt'sAutomotiveGroup.com.
This is Northside's brand of football. Go, Knights, go!
4th down for the Knights. Got the punting team out there. Beautiful sunset across the way here tonight, here in Slocomb. Good snap. Good high kick. Wow. And
great kick, and no one knows where it is.
And it's going to roll past the 20 down to the 16-yard line where it's going to be down. Wow, what a kick.
Great kick by the Knights. And, you know, we can't see it certainly because it's not on television or hear it, but I'm curious to see, Matt, these boys are still learning how to play as a team and his new coaching staff. And I guess it'd be fair to say Coach Green was doing some passionate coaching just then and see how these boys respond, and they take it and move on from it. That's how you build a good football team.
Absolutely. So good field position on for the defense for Northside, keeping them pinned back, making them go the length of the field, which they did last time. Let's see if they can get a stop like they did on the first drive of the game.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Stay disciplined, stay in your gaps is going to be key for the Knight defense here. And lock up.
4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Shotgun formation for Thomas. And he's going to give it to Nobles up the middle. He's got some room. And he got a blocker, and he's going to be brought down finally near the 34-yard line, first down.
You know, Matt, he didn't make nifty moves. He didn't spin. He just used one arm and broke a tackle. You just got to lock up. Absolutely got to lock up.
Have not seen Miller tonight. Number 1 for the Red Tops. Have not seen him tonight.
You know, I haven't either.
Just been
it's been Nobles and
Nobles.
Thomas.
That's right. Shotgun formation, empty backfield. 5 wide receivers. Quickly throws to the near side, high and out of bounds, incomplete.
Good break for the Knights there. The Red Tops could have had something working, but they just couldn't haul it in there. And I don't have that number on my Slocomb roster.
I don't either. Number 13, it's missing.
This could be the secret weapon that we don't know about.
That's it.
He was the one that catch that long pass a moment ago.
He was. He definitely was. So Wildcat again this time. Nobles back in the Wildcat. Thomas is actually split out wide to the right side. Here's the snap. And it's going to be a keeper going around the outside. He's got some room, and he's got the corner. He's to the 50. He's got one man to beat to the 40. And he is going to be gone. Touchdown, Slocomb.
Again, great blocking, good speed, but nothing. He didn't break any tackles. He just would beat the whole play from the get-go for the Red Tops. And it's important for the Knights to say, okay, we got to bounce back from it. Let's get in this game, make a drive.
Yeah, they spotted Providence 14 points last week before they got on the board. So,
and pretty much with the Houston County, it got off to a slow start. And Coach Green referenced that in some of his comments that they've got to get off to a better start. But he did say this team fights.
Yeah, they do.
And it's going to take one now to stay in this game.
They line up for the 2-point conversion again. And here's a snap. Give up the middle, trying to make a move, and he goes in, and then the 2-point conversion is good. So with 2:49 to go first quarter, it's 16-0 Slocomb. You're listening to Northside Knights football.
The Joy FM 94.3, 96.1 is grateful for Northside Methodist Academy, training young champions for Christ and molding the decision makers of tomorrow. We pray God's blessing and protection over all the students, staff, and leadership from all of us at the Joy FM.
Hey, I'm Matt Johnson with the Northside Media Team. It's our vision to train young students about media and technology while bringing you live athletic coverage for Northside Methodist. Would you prayerfully consider supporting us in this new endeavor? Please contact Terry Dyson for more information at 334-794-7273.
Hey, this is Coach Toby Green, and you're listening to Northside Knights football. Go Knights, go.
Back here at Slocomb, 16-0 Red Tops. And one of the things we didn't see a lot of the last 2 games, Chuck, was the long play against the Knights defense. Tonight we've had 2.
Absolutely, and they've been. One was a little mixed direction. They did that underbelly pass, but that was just a sweep to the left side, and we outran our defense.
Here's the kick. That's another squib kick, and it's going to be gobbled up at the 49-yard line by the Knights. So good field position. Let's see if they can get something going here on offense.
And I guess if you trust your defense, and certainly the Red Tops played a pretty good defensive ball game last week against Geneva, but 3 onside kicks in a row, they're just making it a half-field game.
That's right. So the Knights come out with 2 wide receivers stacked to the left and to the right. We saw this look last week against Providence a couple times.
Yep, first time we're seeing it tonight.
Confused the defense a little bit. It does look like they're ready for it tonight here for the Red Tops. Shotgun formation for Stevens. Snap, And the keeper himself running up the middle. He slips the tackle, gets pulled down near the 49-yard line, gain of about 2.
Again, Braylon Miller on the tackle, the one that chased Carter Stevens down earlier in the game, dove in really strong from the linebacker position to make that stop.
2nd down and 8 for the Knights. In Slocomb territory, 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 deep to the right. Here's the snap. High snap over his head. He's going to have to chase it down. He picks it up, and now he's running with it. He's going around the outside, and he's going to try to get around the corner, and he gets knocked out of bounds. He's going to lose. He's going to lose some yardage, but not as much as he almost did.
That's exactly right. You're coached at that position to fall on the ball, but Carter, being the athlete he did and has confidence, scooped it up and really lost less yards, probably about 10 less than he would have.
So 3rd down, we'll call it 18. So they're going to bring out 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Stevens. Cage Rhodes in at running back, standing next to him. Back to pass, looking, throws deep down the middle of the field, looking for his man, has it, and just slightly underthrew it. He had him open.
He did. He had 2 steps on the defender, mystery defender.
Now bring on the punt team for the Knights.
And when it's like this, 16-0 still in the first quarter, Matt, you got to win the next play.
Yeah.
You can't concentrate on the score or even what's happened. You go out there and say, hey, win this play. This next play, win the play.
And that's what we heard from Coach Green in the pregame is that's what they got to do. They got to win 1 play at a time. Here's a good snap. And another high kick, a little shorter this time. It's going to take a Northside roll, though. And it's going to roll past the 30, near the 26-yard line, and down there.
Our kicking game's in good shape right now.
Well, Carter Stevens is a good punter, and he's a good thrower. So give him a Gatorade.
Yeah, a pretty good average on 2 kicks, I would say. It's going to be right at a 50-yard average.
Yeah.
But just to win this defensive play, keep your assignments, lock up. I mean, just bear down and play ball as hard as you can.
Thomas in an empty backfield in at quarterback, 5 wide receivers.
And Noble's out here in this slot, Matt.
Back to pass is Thomas. He's looking, has time. Now he's under pressure. He's going to be hit. He's going to be dropped down. They're going to call a flag.
No.
They're going to call that a horse collar, I guess, even though they grabbed he had him by the shoulder pad.
There was, my goodness, to remain as neutral as I should have. I'll just say that we saw the play differently.
That's for sure. I thought that was a good tackle.
It was no face mask, and it was no horse collar. It was a jersey tackle.
Maybe they're going to pick it up.
It was a jersey tackle.
They're still, I don't know what's going on. It is going to call it a horse collar. Wow. That was I was pretty sure he had the jersey and not the actual pads there.
Yeah, he did not have pads. There was no way he had pads.
So 1st down and 2 is where they're going to mark it. That was a good defensive play. They did,
Matt. It was well done by the defense secondary. And you can't let an unfortunate call just burst that bubble. Come back and win another play.
5 wide receivers again. Back to pass is Thomas. He's looking again, looking. Pump fakes. Now he's under pressure. He's coming around the near side. He's under pressure. He's going to try to run it. He's coming around the outside. Now he's got some room. He's going around the other side. He slips the tackle, and he gets past the 40-yard line up to the 42-yard line. He ran about 300 yards to get maybe 10.
Great athleticism by that young man. That time I thought we had him on the sideline when we hauled him up. But I tell you what, Matt, did you see him lower his shoulder when he got to midfield and took on a player?
Did. So the ball's at the 42-yard line of Slocomb. They lead 16-0 here in the first quarter. This will probably be the final play of the quarter. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. High snap, but give. This time, here's Miller. First time we've seen him tonight. He's going around the outside, and he's off to the races. He's at the 50, and he's got one man to beat. He still gets tripped up and falls down to the Northside 35-yard line. Chuck, we've got an injured Knight down on the field.
We do. I'm trying to see the number, Matt. I can't tell if it's a cramp or if he's down with his right knee. But regardless, he's still down. Let's take a moment and pray for that young man. So, Father, in Jesus' name, we pray, God, for your mercy and that you take care of that young man and take care of all the players. But, Father, we pray for a very minor setback for this young man, and we trust you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Good sign to see him sitting up. Kevin Dorsey is who that is, and he's up and he's coming off the field. So he's getting some encouragement from his dad, who's one of the coaches, and he's jogging off the field. So that's a good sign.
That is. Thankful for that, and then we'll see what can happen. Maybe he just needs some Gatorade. And
it's like something with his arm, his right arm there. Maybe he's not moving it. All right, so first down for Slocomb. Ball's at the 31-yard line of Northside.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, Matt.
It is. So Northside trails Slocomb 16-0. You're listening to Northside Knights football.
Northside Athletics would like to thank Mike Miller of Country Financial for their generous support. Mike Miller is a Country Financial representative providing insurance and financial services for the communities in and around Dothan. The number is 334-828-8280.
Mike Schmidt's Automotive Group proudly supports Northside Athletics. They take pride in their inventory of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, as well as their helpful and professional sales staff. MikeSchmidt'sAutomotiveGroup.com.
Scott Stevens Tire and Service is a proud supporter of Northside Athletics. For tires and auto repair, Scott Stevens specializes in outstanding customer service. ScottStevensTireandService.com, 334-794-6969.
Choose from all available Medicare plans to find the one that best fits your individual needs. We not only help you pick a plan, but we also help you use your plan by pairing you with a local agent you can actually talk to. Northside Football thanks Healthcare Resource Center, free help for people on Medicare.
The Joy FM 94.3, 96.1 is grateful for Northside Methodist Academy, training young champions for Christ and molding the decision makers of tomorrow. We pray God's blessing and protection over all the students, staff, and leadership from all of us at the Joy FM.
Hey, I'm Matt Johnson with the Northside Media Team. It's our vision to train young students about media and technology while bringing you live athletic coverage for Northside Methodist. Would you prayerfully consider supporting us in this new endeavor? Please contact Terry Dyson for more information at 334-794-7273.
Northside Knights football is on the air.
Hey, this is Coach Toby Green, and it's time for kickoff. Go Knights, go.
Northside Athletics would like to thank Mike Miller of Country Financial for their generous support. Mike Miller is a Country Financial representative providing insurance and financial services for the communities in and around Dothan. The number is 334-828-8280.
This is Northside Knights football.
Wildcat is Nobles. He's got it, and he's under pressure, and he's going to be dropped back for a loss on first down.
Great play by the Knights defense there. It's hard to call out a single player when three men made the play, but it's good to see penetration that side from the left side of our line.
So we'll call it second down and 12 for the Red Tops. They're in Northside territory. Start of the second quarter. They lead 16-0.
So Luke Moore was one of the men on that stop for the Knights on that time.
Shotgun formation, two wide receivers. That's Miller and Nobles on either side of Thomas. There's a snap. It's high. He's got it, gives it to Nobles, and he gets hit and dropped back at the 35-yard line.
Great play by Tyler Smith there for the Knights, coming from the linebacker position. Very, very well executed. And that was not Nobles. I think that was Braylon Miller that time for the Red Tops. Matt, I think.
Could have been number 26, yeah.
But he met the Knights defense rather well that time. Good job.
Third down and 15. Empty backfield for Thomas. Gets a snap, back to pass. He's under pressure. Now he's rolling out. He's looking for somebody. Now he's just going to run it, and he's brought down near the 35-yard line. That's going to be 4th and long.
Proud of the Knights. Getting punched in the mouth twice, coming down on those long drives, and they've responded with a lot of grit here defensively, Matt. 3 good, solid plays in a row.
Even for their kicker that was kicking them deep, it's a little too far out of his range here. So 4th down, we're going to call it about 14. Ball's at the Northside to 34.
Looks like Noble's going in that slot position we were talking about during the break, Matt.
2 wide receivers to each side, shotgun formation for Thomas. Here's the snap, looking, throw, looking, still looking.
That's a hole.
And he's still looking, he's still on his feet. He's finally dropped down and pushed out of bounds.
My goodness,
that's
Matt.
That'll turn the ball over, and Knights will take over.
You may be picking up some passionate commentary from some of the fans here, and I'd have to agree with them.
That was hold.
Really it wasn't. I had to be truthful. It was more of a tackle. So it'd be unfair to call that holding.
Yeah, they don't really call the penalty tackle. But they do call it holding, and that would have been textbook.
But it was a good wrestling move by the red top offensive player.
That's right.
He took the man down.
So the ball's on the 29-yard line of Northside. They come out with a wide receiver to the left, 2 to the right. They're all trying to figure out what their play call is. And now we're going to
That'll be the Knights' last timeout of this half.
We'll take one with them. 10:23 to go in the first half. 16-0 Red Tops. You're listening to Northside Knights football.
Scott Stevens Tire and Service is a proud supporter of Northside Athletics. For tires and auto repair, Scott Stevens specializes in outstanding customer service. ScottStevensTireandService.com, 334-794-6969.
It can be difficult to choose your Medicare plan. At no cost to you, the Healthcare Resource Center can help you choose from all available Medicare plans to find the one that best fits your individual needs. We not only help you pick a plan, but we also help you use your plan by pairing you with a local agent you can actually talk to. Northside Football thanks Healthcare Resource Center. Free help for people on Medicare.
Mike Schmidt's Automotive Group proudly supports Northside Athletics. They take pride in their inventory of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, as well as their helpful and professional sales staff. Mike Schmidt's AutomotiveGroup.com.
This is Northside's brand of football. Go, Knights, go!
All right, first down for the Knights, and we were getting ready, but we're going to have some communication with the sideline here. I'm not sure what that was about.
I don't know. He was talking about timeouts, but
okay, maybe so. 2 wide receivers to each side. Stevens rolling to the near side, looking down the field, throws, has his man, incomplete, nearly had him. This is going to be near a first down.
And that play was working, Matt. We had it working underneath and was going on the soft side of their scheme. Just a little bit too much out front, but positive that it was working. So try it later on.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Knights.
I've been pleased by some of the protection that Carter Stephen has gotten from that weak side doing those rollouts.
Back to pass, rolling, has his man caught, and he gets hit immediately. Gain of about 7 yards.
That's a positive. And it looks like he was a little shaken up. He's still, the Caleb Watkins, he's coming out of the ball game now, but it looks like he maybe landed on the ball as he was tackled that time, Matt.
So 3rd down and about 5. We got 2 wide receivers to each side. Stevens, back to pass. Under pressure, throws deep. Has his man caught at the 50-yard line. Colin Blackwell with a great snag.
Excellent catch. And I tell you what, not a bad pass under some duress back there, Matt. Carter Stevens showing a lot of moxie, staying in the pocket, making that throw, taking the hit, and moving the chains.
So 1st down into Slocomb territory at the 49-yard line.
And here's what we talked about last week and the week before, Matt, is to get in some kind of rhythm on offense is vitally important for the Knights.
Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to each side. And to give up the middle keeper is Stevens. He's going to get about 3 yards before they whistle down, even though he's still on his feet.
Yeah, not sure forward progress had halted.
But, they gave him 2 yards on the carry.
But what it did save was another horse collar tackle, so that's a positive.
There's that. 2nd down and 8 for Northside. Got a score update. I don't know who Houston Academy is playing, but they're up 28-0 in the middle of the second quarter.
And it's 14-0 Enterprise over Dothan High School over in Coffee County tonight.
Back to pass is Stevens. He's looking, throws deep, over the middle, incomplete, way overthrown.
I think that's a timing pattern, and the receiver was held. I mean, it bumped a little bit more than maybe Carter realized, and he just wasn't at the part where they usually throw the ball.
3rd down and 8.
Tell you what, Slocomb has done a good job. The athletic department here, the home side especially, is a good-looking football field. They just could use the lights that Northcutt Field has.
Well, not the truth. That is for sure. Looks like we got a timeout, maybe Slocomb? Yep, Slocomb takes the timeout. We'll take one also. 8:40 to go, first half, 16-0 Slocomb. You're listening to Northside Knights football.
The Joy FM 94.3, 96.1 is grateful for Northside Methodist Academy, training young champions for Christ and molding the decision makers of tomorrow. We pray God's blessing and protection over all the students, staff, and leadership from all of us at the Joy FM.
Hey, I'm Matt Johnson with the Northside Media Team. It's our vision to train young students about media and technology while bringing you live athletic coverage for Northside Methodist. Would you prayerfully consider supporting us in this new endeavor? Please contact Terry Dyson for more information at 334-794-7273.
Hey, this is Coach Toby Green, and you're listening to Northside Knights football. Go Knights, go.
3rd down and 8. 2 wide receivers to each side. Stevens looks over the defense. Now he's set in the gun. Back to pass. He's looking, under pressure. Now he's rolling out. He's got some room. He's at the 45 to the 40. He's got the first down at the 34-yard line.
Well done that time. And, again, Matt, that's something we mentioned pregame is when they bring that blitz, there's one less defender, and that's the run game that unorthodox, but it works for the Knights. So that's good to see by Carter Stevens.
So the Knights continuing to move down the field. They trail 16-0, but they can get points on the board here.
And they're making plays, Matt. That's what I guess gives me some optimism here. They're just not getting blown out on the line.
That's right. Here, bad snap. Stevens has it, makes a move, and he's going to be brought down. Going to lose a couple of yards on that.
Wow, he was that first defender pretty niftily, but that second one had him lined up. But our left side has not done a bad job giving him some protection.
Hope you'll stay with us at halftime. We've got a special guest coming to talk with us. After the FCA moment, it's the very first football coach for Northside. He's going to stop by, Mr. Coach Paul Newton, who lives in Slocomb, so I've invited him to come talk to us. That'll be fun to talk to him again. Back to pass. It's going to be a keeper. Stevens faked the pitch, and he's going to be dropped for another loss.
Had something working on the pitch there, and he just made the decision to keep it and see if there was something open in the side. And the linebacker crashed where there was a hole, maybe momentarily. And, Matt, I see some folks warming up over here with snapping the ball, and maybe they're looking maybe to correct a few missed snaps they've had.
Yeah, maybe so. So 3rd down, 14, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Watkins standing next to Stevens. Back to pass, Stevens looking, throws, and he's going to be incomplete, thrown too high.
Yeah, that floated on him. He just didn't have a good step into that pass. Maybe saw somebody coming through the middle on another blitz and really didn't step into that. He threw off his back foot, and it just floated on him.
So going to bring out the punt team here, try to pin Slocomb back after the good defensive stand last time. Maybe thinking they can keep them pinned back.
Matt, I'm sure the coaches will address what's going on there, but really we shot ourselves in the foot there. Slocomb didn't really stop us on any of that. It was two bad snaps, a penalty, maybe a missed read by Carter on one of them, but still I think we're competitive in this ball game.
Good snap. Here's the punt, and it's a bad one. It's going to go out of bounds. I don't even think he got to the line of scrimmage on that one.
I don't think so. He yanked it.
Now, he came up he went down kind of goofy on that play before. So I'm just wondering, he's walking a little gingerly. He's not limping, but I wondered if that had something to do with it.
Well, he's taken some pretty good shots there. That one that he dodged the defender, and really the other guy had him sided up pretty good. That takes something out of anybody.
Slocomb takes over at their own 30-yard line. Empty backfield again, 5 wide receivers. Back to pass is Thomas. He's looking, throws, and it's incomplete.
They get some pretty good protection, and by the offensive line, they're employing some new techniques that maybe you usually don't see in a 3A ball team. Maybe see on Sundays.
Yeah.
They're working kind of in a hug blocking position.
So 2nd down and 10 for Slocomb. Come out with 5 wide receivers again, empty backfield. And Thomas is going to keep it himself, run up the middle. He slips the tackle, and he's off past the 1st down marker. Looks like somebody lost their helmet.
Yeah, is that the center? So he'll have to go out for at least one play.
So they got a 1st down on that up to the Slocomb 44-yard line.
Juan Rostro, it just says offensive line, but I think that's been their center. I'm not sure. Again, I've been a little surprised at the formation the Red Tops have been showing these past 2 plays. Now they're going back to what we've been seeing, that running back flanking the pistol formation.
Yeah. Here's the snap. And it's going to give to Nobles up the middle. He's got some room. He slips the tackle. Oh, and he gets tripped up. He had something going, and he got tripped up.
Great play by Northside Knight. Porter Williams, 5'8", 150, defensive back, made that stop for the Knights.
Looks like we got a water timeout. And Tristin, what you got going down on the field?
I am going to interview our head wrestling coach, Travis Robinson. How are you, Coach Robinson?
Doing great, doing great.
Well, Coach Robinson, why don't you tell us about the first ever Northside wrestling team and the first ever season that we had last year?
Well, we come out pretty good for a first-year team. Went 9-9 on the season for the guys, and won some key matches. And I think it's important to note that we beat Dothan and we beat HA, and we celebrated with city championship rings. And then the girls took 4th at their state tournament.
Well, can you elaborate on the girls' team and tell us about how they did as individuals?
Kara Whitehead, who was a senior last year, took 3rd at 120 pounds and wrestled really well, developed really well. And then we had Megan Chandler, also a senior, took 2nd at 165 pounds. And by the end of the season, they were just really firing all cylinders and ready to wrestle whoever showed up in front of them. The other 2 girls, one standing right here with me, got 5th. And, we know how that we probably could have got 3rd, but we're learning, and we're going to have this upcoming season to fix stuff. And then our youngest member of the team, Sydney Freeman, took 7th at 116 pounds.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Robinson, for coming out and talking to me. And I can't wait to see more about the wrestling team coming up this season.
Back to pass is Thomas. He's looking. He's under pressure. Now he's going to run. And there's got flags down. He's brought down. Here, before we talk anymore, Tristin, does he allow you to call him something besides Dad?
I think he'd prefer something besides Dad. It's more official.
That was funny. That was a great lead-in question about, the girls individually. I loved that. That
yeah,
was
you
awesome.
Weren't fishing for any compliments there at all, Tristin.
I definitely wasn't. 5th place, I guess I should be proud, but I could do better,
He was coaching up like a dad should do.
So it looks like a holding call on Slocomb on that play. It's going to back him up back to the 39-yard line. It'll be second down, and we'll call it about 14.
You know, despite the holding call, we had the tackle. So,
yeah,
there was 2 tackles on that play, and one of them was legal, the other one was not.
And again, he's not throwing the ball. He's not finding guys to throw to,
You're
or he's not
exactly right,
to.
Matt. They're well, and we made jinx backfield.
It's a Wildcat this time for Nobles. He's got it coming up, trying to make some great moves, and he gets tripped up, falls down near the 48-yard line.
Golly, Matt, we had it defended, and he did make a move that time, but had it defended and kind of sucked in and made a pocket for him to run in. But I thought for sure he was going to get thrown for a loss there.
So we'll call it third down and about 7. Need a big stop here for the Knights defense. Playing pretty well tonight.
Absolutely. It was Jaden Watkins on that last stop for the Knights.
They come out with an empty backfield, 5 wide receivers again. Thomas looks over the defense. Now he's set. Here's the snap. High snap, but he's got it.
Coming in with a blitz. They picked it up.
He's under pressure, throws, has his man, and it is.
What a
How did
catch.
he catch that? One-handed, Mr. Miller. I thought there was no way he could catch that.
Another great catch. And the Knights are asking for another hold. Of course, the referee's not going to throw the flag now, but they're being very kind to him and showing him where it was. But great catch by Miller. It looked like a back shoulder throw, but he spun 180, Matt, to make that catch.
Yeah, with one hand. So the ball's at the 32-yard line of Northside, first down. 5 wide receivers again. Thomas back to pass, looking, throws deep. Down, he's got his man, caught at the 5-yard line, down to the 2. First down, Red Tops.
Well-designed play, just that little slant in, and it was wide open. It hit between the coverage and playing what looked to be a cross between that zone in the middle, man on the ends, and he just found that soft belly.
It's the first and goal for the Red Tops. 4 minutes to go in the first half, 16-0 is their lead.
Yeah, it's the first time that in several plays, Matt, as you mentioned, that they've had a wide-open receiver. Been playing well. I think they tried to do something differently there, and Slocomb slid that tight end, and he went unnoticed.
Wildcat this time. And they give up the middle, and he's going to be pushed in, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Tops.
Looks like it was Miller on that, and Nobles doing the selfish thing. He probably could have kept the ball and gone around the right side and scored, but he did hand it off in the middle. Well blocked by the Red Tops. Knights defense undoubtedly fatigued, going down the field a good bit here tonight.
Looks like they're going to kick the extra point this time.
This young man has been kicking all the onside kicks who had the good leg in the warm-ups.
That's right. Hope he doesn't hit my car. Good snap, good hold, kick is up.
And it's good.
And it's right through. 3:38 to go, first half. And it is 23-0. Red Tops, you're listening to Northside Knights football.
Ozark's oldest restaurant, El Palacio. Famous for Mexican steak fingers and a salsa taste that lingers. El Palacio,
Northside Athletics would like to thank Mike Miller of Country Financial for their generous support. Mike Miller is a Country Financial representative providing insurance and financial services for the communities in and around Dothan. The number is 334-828-8280.
This is Northside's varsity cheerleading squad,
And you're listening to the Northside Knights media team.
Go Knights!
23-0 Red Tops. 3:38 to go first half. And they have this thing teed up and ready to kick it 12 yards.
Matthew, we're getting updates from Enterprise. Looks like 21-7 Enterprise over Dothan in the second quarter.
Kind of thought they would kind of win that game. And the ball is loose, and I think Slocomb got it. Went through the Knights' legs.
Yep, it's red top ball.
It's going to be red top ball. That's one of those that was hit hard. Could have let that one go.
I think so.
But once they touched it, they just needed to recover it.
Had to get on top of it then. Well, I'm not sure who has the ball.
I don't either because.
Looks like night ball.
Are you sure?
Well, the side judge over here pointed our way.
It's a lot of Knights.
How he made the call and the referee on the other side did not. But it's at midfield, wherever it is, and I'm guessing night ball. Well,
I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know that we know. Yeah, our defense is out there, but yeah, it looks like it's Slocomb ball.
Wow, confusion reigns.
All right, 5 wide receivers again for Slocomb. Back to pass, keep it. He's going to run up himself, and he gets hit and dropped. Gain of about a yard.
Matt, that was bizarre because this judge over here showed night ball, and that's when he told Coach Green that it was night ball, and next thing you know, it's going the other way.
So 2nd down and 9 for Slocomb. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it quickly. Has his man caught. Number 8, he's still on his feet. How did he keep going? He's off to the races. And he's going to still on his feet.
Wow.
Goes all the way to the end zone. I don't know. He must have broke 12 tackles.
Hey, I know he broke 4 without a doubt. Josh King, 6'1", 205 for the Red Tops. Really, really made an offensive play there.
So they add 6 more points to their total. Come up with the extra point attempt here. And one of the things, a team like this that, won 10 games last year, you can't give them extra chances on offense.
You cannot, and that was one of the keys to the game. You just got to lock up. First opportunity, you got an opportunity to make the play. That play's got to be made.
And the extra point is up, and it's good. So 2:42 to go in the first half. It's 30-0 Slocomb. You're listening to Northside Knights football.
Scott Stevens Tire and Service is a proud supporter of Northside Athletics. For tires and auto repair, Scott Stevens specializes in outstanding customer service. ScottStevensTireandService.com, 334-794-6969.
It can be difficult to choose your Medicare plan. At no cost to you, the Healthcare Resource Center can help you choose from all available Medicare plans to find the one that best fits your individual needs. We not only help you pick a plan, but we also help you use your plan by pairing you with a local agent you can actually talk to. Northside Football thanks Healthcare Resource Center. Free help for people on Medicare.
Mike Schmidt's Automotive Group proudly supports Northside Athletics. They take pride in their inventory of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, as well as their helpful and professional sales staff. MikeSchmidt'sAutomotiveGroup.com.
Hey, this is Coach Toby Green, and you're listening to Northside Knights football. Go Knights, go.
Yet another opportunity here, Matt, to field the onside kick for the Knights.
Yeah, that's something I want to work on in practice this week. Because you know that Wicksburg is going to be seeing these films, and they're going to want to do the same thing.
Looks like they're changing it up. There's been an audible on, well, not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. There's a play clock on the kickoff, right?
You would think. And you would think there's a procedure call because he's gone at the ball and back several times.
Yeah, they're not even set. Here's the kick. It's going to be a good squibber this time. And it's going to be picked up near the 30-25. It's going down the sideline. Didn't get much. Might have got back to the 30. Not sure.
We joke about it, but that's been an effective tool for the Red Tops. They've driven the ball well. But, you look at percentages. They've gotten to a good field position when they've just squibbed it. And that was an intermediate, I want to call, onside kick. It was certainly not to the first line of receivers, but in that no man's land.
2:30 to go in the half. Let's see if the Knights can get something kind of going here as they go into halftime. And try to work on some things and see if they can. Got to quit looking. Don't look at the scoreboard at this point. Shotgun formation. And keeper himself is Stevens. Makes a spin move, slipped one tackle, and didn't get past the other one.
Yeah, that's man, bless that dude's heart. He really does well eluding that first tackler. But they've either got a linebacker or defensive end that is charging hard and got him lined up and really laying a lick to Carter.
Looks like they lost about a half a yard on that. I mentioned it earlier. Hope you'll stay with us at halftime. We've got a special guest, Paul Newton, the first coach of Northside football, coming to join us. Back to pass is Stevens, rolling to the near side, looking, throws, and he's got his man caught. It's Blackwell makes a move, gets hit out of bounds near the first down marker. He'll be about 2 yards short, I believe.
Well-designed play, and it's there. And Matt, I know we keep saying it, but you build on that. You win that play, and you try your best to win this next one and build on that. And it's hard for young men because they want to compete. They want to look at the score. But right now, you're building a program, and you win one play at a time.
2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Low snap. Stevens keeps it, makes a move. Ball's out. Ball's loose, and it's going to be recovered by Slocomb.
Wow. And
he had the first down,
He
too.
did. He had the first down. Listen, and as much as he's gotten hit tonight and as hard as he's played, you get tired. Those arms get a little lax, and you maybe don't protect the ball up high as you once did in the first part of the ball game. As a teammate, you just go to Carter now, and you just try to pick him up.
So first down, Slocomb. They'll take over at the Knights' 43-yard line. 1:37 to go, first half.
Let's see if the defense can bounce back here and hold this last minute and 37 seconds and keep the Red Tops off the board.
Bad snap. It's on the ground, and he's going to cover up at the 48-yard line. Loss of about 8.
Matt, Tristin, I don't know if you can see down. Is it wet on the field? Because it seems like there's some bad snaps on both sides of the ball.
I think it's getting a little later. The dew's kind of setting in. I think that's just because it was dry at the beginning of the game. I think it's just the conditions are changing just a little bit.
It's a high snap and the give to number 26, and he goes around the outside, gets tripped up and dropped at the 45-yard line. That'll be third down, and we'll call it about 2.5.
Looks like they're in the hurry-up type of offense here, not going into the huddle.
Back to pass is Thomas. He's looking, throws deep over the middle. It's going to be incomplete, overthrown, intended for Nobles.
And that'll stop the clock at 48 seconds to go in the half. So 4th and long for the Red Tops.
Yeah, it's about 4th and 12. And looks like they're going to stay in, and offense is going to stay in there.
And really, at this point, there's no reason not to. Not that you'll try to score here, but you try to keep it there. I guess they're going to call a timeout and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, they've got we know they can kick because we saw it in warm-ups, but we haven't seen them use it much.
Nope. And it's been kind of surprising, but they've made good use of what kicking they've done as far as like the squib kicks and the onside kicks. And, the score wouldn't say it at 30-0, but you see some promising plays by the Northside defense. They don't shy away from delivering a lick or really taking a block. I don't see anybody giving up on a play. It's just they've run against some great athletes tonight with these Red Top running backs and quarterback.
Yeah, and Slocomb, when you compare their last week's game, they're still playing a little sloppy with some of their stuff, but the ball is bouncing their way this week as opposed to last week it wasn't.
Exactly. They've mishandled a few snaps, and it's not going the Knights' way. One pass that I can recall, this was really overthrown by a lot, and we had an opportunity maybe to pick it off, but then at the same time they're making some plays as well. They're making good blocks. They're pulling guard and tackle is sealing off our ends on that run that Nobles does. And well-coached team, I think, Matt, you hit it on the head, is they're ironing out their little wrinkles as well.
Shotgun formation, 5 wide receivers, back to pass. Thomas on 4th down, throws deep. Nice pass, incomplete. Just a little bit too far out of the reach of number 7.
It really was just a bit. Not bad defended. It was going to take a perfect pass, and they didn't make it. So good turnover there for the Knights.
So they've got 42 seconds to go before half, and see if they can do something here.
at this part, you just don't want to see anybody get injured and, unnecessarily right here at the end of the half. And you go in, you have some lessons and hopefully some teachable moments and come out and compete in the second half.
And the Knights the last 2 weeks have done a very good job of making adjustments at halftime, so I expect them to do that as well this week. Low snap, picked up by the running back, and he runs forward, gets about 2 yards.
That'd be one adjustment I think they look at halftime is find out what's going on with the snaps.
Yeah, I don't know if the grass is taller than it was at Northcutt Field or what, but quickly come to the line. Here's the snap. Back to pass is Stevens. He's looking, throws deep down the near sideline, looking for his man, and it's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. Would not have been able to do anything. Looks like he fell kind of hard.
He did fall awkwardly there. Kane Helder went down on that right wrist at that time, Matt.
But he's up, and he's just looks like he's okay. 3rd down and 8. I believe his family is who's sitting right down in front of us tonight.
I believe so.
So hopefully he'll be all right. 3rd down and 8 with 9 seconds to go in the half. Green changing the play. Now they're set. Snap, back to pass to Stevens. He's looking, rolling to the near side, now throws, and it's caught. Nope, incomplete. Pushed out of bounds. Flags go down. Really late, though.
That was, and it came from the head judge. He's calling personal foul, roughing the passer against the Red Tops.
So they'll give him 15 yards and a 1st down, and another shot at it here.
And he did bend over and get the flag, so we'll take that call. I didn't see that. I was looking here on the sideline, so obviously there was some extracurricular activity in the backfield.
Yeah, I was with you too. I was watching that. All right, so 1st down for Northside. They're going to bring it all the way up to the Slocomb 39-yard line. Looks like this will be the last play of the half. We've got a wide receiver to the far side that's nobody there. They're defending.
Wow.
Snap is low, but he's got it, picks it up, looking, throws deep into the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Might have had a play on it, but it just kept drifting backwards. And that's going to do it. And I don't see any flags on the field. And that'll do it for the first half. 30-0, Red Tops lead. And the FCA moment. And Coach Paul Newton coming up next. You're listening to Northside Knights Football.
Scott Stevens Tire and Service is a proud supporter of Northside Athletics. For tires and auto repair, Scott Stevens specializes in outstanding customer service. ScottStevensTireandService.com, 334-794-6969.
The Joy FM 94.3, 96.1 is grateful for Northside Methodist Academy, training young champions for Christ and molding the decision makers of tomorrow. We pray God's blessing and protection over all the students, staff, and leadership from all of us at the Joy FM.
Ozark's oldest restaurant, El Palacio. Famous for Mexican steak fingers and a salsa taste that lingers. El Palacio.
It can be difficult to choose your Medicare plan. At no cost to you, the Healthcare Resource Center can help you choose from all available Medicare plans to find the one that best fits your individual needs. We not only help you pick a plan, but we also help you use your plan by pairing you with a local agent you can actually talk to. Northside Football thanks Healthcare Resource Center. Free help for people on Medicare.
Mike Schmidt's Automotive Group proudly supports quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, as well as their helpful and professional sales staff. MikeSchmidt'sAutomotiveGroup.com.
Northside Athletics would like to thank Mike Miller of Country Financial for their generous support. Mike Miller is a Country Financial representative providing insurance and financial services for the communities in and around Dothan. The number is 334-828-8280.
Hey, I'm Matt Johnson with the Northside Media Team. It's our vision to train young students about media and technology while bringing you live athletic coverage for Northside Methodist. Would you prayerfully consider supporting us in this new endeavor? Please contact Terry Dyson for more information at 334-794-7273.
Welcome to the Northside Knights Halftime Show. We'll recap the first half of action after we hear a word from our friends at FCA. Here's Shane Williamson, president of FCA.
In 1954, God implanted into the heart of a basketball coach a vision that sports could be used as a vehicle to share the message of Jesus Christ.
Dodgers owner Branch Rickey in Estes Park, 1956.
There is a reason for this Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Athletics has a place. Why this thing of Fellowship of Christian Athletes seems to have arisen in the mind of a few men. But not just 2 or 3 gathered together, but millions of people everywhere, dedicated to a common cause. The potential is almost beyond conception. Think of the power of this group through all the nations of the world.
And that influence continues today.
Nearly 7 decades later, that vision is a reality.
Ministering to and through the coach.
Once we've engaged coaches and athletes, we're then equipping them, we're serving them.
To ultimately empower them, men and women who are disciples who make disciples.
Influence athletes from the young age all the way up to the pros.
Now is such a critical time.
Sport is larger than it ever has been.
I see FCA being more relevant today
than at any other time in history.
Right at this very moment, our society, we are removing ourselves from the Word of God.
So we produce FCA Bibles, God's Word, put to the coaches and athletes' hands.
Our camps continue to grow around the world.
That's where I felt God's presence the most.
Our numbers are growing. More coaches are joining a team.
Doors opening, now serving in over 84 different countries.
Truly fulfilling that vision.
There's more to coaching than just winning medals.
It's really about the impact you have in others' lives.
I didn't get saved at a church. The FCA met me right where I was.
We come to you exactly where you're at.
By first reaching the coach, we have the opportunity then to reach every athlete.
That's my job, raising leaders.
And that's what's so powerful about the FCA.
It's changing the dynamic of ministry.
They go where you are.
The ripple effect you're having on these kids and these coaches.
And they're going to affect the community for generations.
We want to walk through school and people see us and they be like, hey, I know that's a Christian because of the way we act.
If we can change 2 people a day, just imagine how much that will grow.
The impact, it goes full circle.
I do still have that.
It carries generations and generations.
We can reach every coach, every athlete, every community, every country. To see the world transformed
by Jesus Christ.
Through the influence.
The influence.
The influence.
Coaches and athletes.
FCA.
Fulfilling
the vision.
This is Chase Falk. This entire football season, we are focusing on the word for. That word is a preposition that means this: to rally on behalf of something else or someone else. We want to emphasize the word for, F-O-R, because in our world, words really play a lot of emphasis in our everyday life. And as you think about that, your everyday life has been dramatically changed by the things that you put into it, the words that you read, the lyrics that you listen to, the people that you talk to. All of those words play a role in kind of the daily decisions you're making. And so we are focusing on this word because we want to understand, as we talked about in the very first devotion, that the God of the universe that spoke the world into motion, He is for you, the individual. But also, as we spoke to last devotion, God is for all people. Yes, individual, personally, but also no limits to the love of God. He's for every single person in this world. And if you've done this or you've done that, it doesn't keep away the love that God showed us through His Son, Jesus. And today we want to move further from that and understand not only is God for you and He's for all people, but God is for a plan. When you think about a football game, there is a plan, a game plan that a coach has put into play to be successful on the team. It's been said like this, that every game has a winner, and a winner has a game plan. If a team is going to be successful in the specific plays and the specific roles that they're supposed to play, the coach has to have the plan to put into place to make it clear to the team what it is they need to be doing and what they need to do in every little thing to be successful to make the plan work. So when we think about the game of life, the God of the universe that we serve, that is for us, that is for all people, that God also is for a plan. He has a plan. He has a purpose. He is guiding and directing His people to fulfill what we know as and call the Great Commission of making disciples of all the nation. A verse that I love that God has used in my life to think about this more and more every single day is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. It says this, "For we are His workmanship." That word workmanship can also be masterpiece. We are His masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared ahead of time for us to do. And so today the thought is this: God is for a plan. He created you for a purpose, and that purpose was to be His son or His daughter and to fulfill the plan and purpose that He has for your life. God, before the beginning of this earth, played out your life. He prepared these good works. He prepared this specific role that He wants you to play. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a position. You know, specifically as we've watched this football game, that in the game there are specific roles. There's a quarterback, and that quarterback has a specific thing to do. There's the linemen that have a specific role, and then there's the wide receivers, and then there's the coaches, and then there's the people on the sidelines, the water boys and the trainers and all of those kind of things, the cheerleaders and the band. All of that brings together this game. There's a role, but everybody has to do their job and their role for the team to be successful. And so in the game of life, God has created the church that comes together from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different personalities, but He's bringing all of that together to fulfill His greater plan for eternity, for people to see Him, to love Him, to know that He's for them. And so today, as you think about this thought, God is for a plan, and He's for you walking in that plan. I want to encourage you to say yes to Jesus, to follow Him with all your life, to surrender all that you are to Him, and today say, God, I am your masterpiece. Use me today for your glory. Help me today to fulfill the purpose that you have for my life. What an amazing thought. The God of the universe has a specific role for you to play. Will you today play that role? Get in the game that God has planned for your life. Most important decision after following Him is to say, to fulfill the game, the role that He's leading you to fulfill for His glory and for His honor.
If you'd like to know more about how you can have a relationship with God and find true hope, peace, love, acceptance, and lasting joy, there's somebody waiting to right now. Call the Joy FM prayer line, 877-800-PRAY. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Somebody's ready to listen to your questions and help you find the answers to what you've been searching for. 877-800-PRAY. I'm going to give you the number one more time because we believe it's more than a game. And this is your life we're talking about. 877-800-PRAY. That's 877-800-PRAY.
Scott Stevens Tire and Service is a proud supporter of Northside Athletics. For tires and auto repair, Scott Stevens specializes in outstanding customer service. ScottStevensTireandService.com, 334-794-6969.
The Joy FM 94.3, 96.1 is grateful for Northside Methodist Academy, training young champions for Christ and molding the decision makers of tomorrow. We pray God's blessing and protection over all the students, staff, and leadership from all of us at the Joy FM.
It can be difficult to choose your Medicare plan. At no cost to you, the Healthcare Resource Center can help you choose from all available Medicare plans to find the one that best fits your individual needs. We not only help you pick a plan, but we also help you use your plan by pairing you with a local agent you can actually talk to. Northside Football thanks Healthcare Resource Center. Free help for people on Medicare.
El Palacio, oh, oh, oh. Ozark's oldest restaurant, El Palacio. Famous for Mexican steak fingers and a salsa taste that lingers. El Palacio, oh, oh, oh.
Group proudly supports Northside Athletics. They take pride in their inventory of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, as well as their helpful and professional sales staff. Mike Schmitz, AutomotiveGroup.com.
Northside Athletics would like to thank Mike Miller of Country Financial for their generous support. Mike Miller is a Country Financial representative providing insurance and financial services for the communities in and around Dothan. The number is 334-828-8280.
Hey, I'm Matt Johnson with the Northside Media Team. It's our vision to train young students about media and technology while bringing you live athletic coverage for Northside Methodist. Would you prayerfully consider supporting us in this new endeavor? Please contact Terry Dyson for more information at 334-794-7273.
Northside Athletics would like to give a thanks to those who have generously supported our student athletes. Scott Stevens Tire Company, El Palacio Mexican Restaurant in Ozark, Mike Miller Country Financial, Mike Schmitz Auto Group, Northside Methodist Church, Healthcare Resource Center, and the Joy FM. Now let's check back into the field with the Northside Knights media team.
Welcome back to Slocomb, and we're joined now by a special guest, the very first football coach for Northside, Mr. Paul Newton. Greetings, sir.
It's good to be here.
Man, it's,
thank you very much.
It's good to see you, and you know, I want to ask. I want to start by this by saying, you know, you and I concocted this idea to start football at Northside, and we really thought it was going to be more of a longer plan, but you came to me and said, I think we can do this now. And you went to work and you got the equipment and everything we needed, and we started working on it. So fast forward 7 years now, whatever it was, and to see them on the field playing the team that you're have a lot of connections to, Slocomb. What was that like tonight to see them come out?
It's good. Well, you know, Slocomb's been around forever, but to see Northside really has an established team, and the score right now, you might say, doesn't show, but you know, it's just like they'll go up and down just like all the other teams will. Right. But to see them have this a great crowd, one of the best crowds you'll see at Slocomb.
Oh, yeah.
And all the support they have, it's just great to see that football has grown there to help in gotten established to help young boys just learn more about life through football.
Well, you think about too. I mean, I did the last when I was at Joy FM, I did the last two playoff games last year for Slocomb.
Right.
I don't remember this many people looking across the way over on the visitor side for two games that were playoff games. And so that says a lot about the Northside, fans and family trying to come over and supporting these boys. And, I mean, that's really a cool thing, to be able to try and to travel short distances. We were traveling a lot. We traveled long ways to get games.
We put a lot of miles on the old bus, and we spent a lot of money on the charter buses. And it's bad when you're going, well, we're just going to the south side of Montgomery.
Yeah.
Instead of Panama City or Birmingham almost.
Yeah.
It was quite a trip.
Yeah. So tell us what you're doing right now. You're teaching. Are you still in Florida?
Yeah, I'm still just working some down in Florida. Just a little bit. Not coaching football. Yeah. I had helped a little bit, but they had some science classes that needed to be taught.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's hard to feel.
We had you teach some science.
I was teaching. Yeah. I taught chemistry and a little bit of biology and.
Yeah. And you were athletic director.
Then I was athletic director. It's about half a day of each.
Yep, and then you were football coach.
So Renaissance man, isn't he, Matt?
I mean, no wonder he ran away from us.
Just did what I had to do.
But I mean, it was crazy to see those boys, and they were boys. I mean, small size, and you look at the kids now, even though they still size-wise don't compare to Slocomb, they're a young team this year, but as far as their conditioning, their weightlifting, getting stronger, it's a big difference from what it was back then.
Even now, and it takes you have to establish it, and then it's going to take 2 or 3 or at least 4 years to get the mindset and the number of kids out that you need and get them to the strength and condition they need. And then, those 4 games that we played, every game they were kind of shocked by, the physicality of where the other players were, because all those other teams we played were well established, just as established as Slocomb is now. And I just give them credit for, like you kind of told them, if you're brave enough, step up in there. We didn't have quite 24 kids that were, but they did a great job. They really deserve, the kids that stayed deserve a lot of credit for what's going on out here right now.
Absolutely. In fact, even, it was you and I actually ended up leaving right after that first JV season. And, in fact, I had lunch with Pastor Bill Reif this week, and he told me, he said, these boys came up to me, and he said, I thought we should have played another JV season and not do varsity and all that stuff. But he said, we were promised a varsity season, and I'll make sure we have. And that was Landon Piltry. Remember him?
Yep.
I'll make sure we have enough boys. And they did. And they did. They took their licks, but in the next year, they were in the playoffs.
Right.
And so, it just takes some determination and see these guys kind of run out here. When we first started, we were in the AISA, and we were playing teams, and we were having to travel a lot.
Right.
And we had this thought that, if we could ever get the program established in AISA, that one day, if they could get to Alabama High School, we knew that the traveling situation was going to be good. And just from a financial side of things, you see what tonight Slocomb is getting from the gates tickets from this side, and the same thing happens for Northside when these teams that are close by can come and do that, and it's kind of a neat thing to see it kind of grow and progress to that.
Right. It's like I said, I walk over here and I know, I don't know how many more they'll have at home, but if they have as many at home, if they have 5% more for Northside at home than they do coming to Slocomb, it's going to be.
Yeah.
The gates are going to carry. It'll just help build all the programs.
Yeah, and it does, and and they've been great the first 2 games out at Northcutt Field this year. The home field really is Rip Hughes for them now.
Right.
But with their renovations and stuff they're doing, they couldn't get the first 2 games out there. But we'll be back there in 3 weeks. But to see them play out on a field and see them out here warming up and just to see them in their uniforms, that's even gotten better since we were there. And
right,
because we ended up getting.
We just kind of scrounged what we could from
it was an Enterprise private school, Enterprise Prep, wasn't it? Yeah. And they had quit doing football, and we went and got their uniforms.
And about maybe 40% of it was good enough.
Yeah.
But I won't say, fortunately, we only had 18 players, so we had enough equipment.
Yeah.
I wish we would have ran out.
Because we were practicing in red jerseys.
Yeah.
Because that was their colors, red and white. And so we were practicing that, even though
we look like the Patriots out there.
Yeah. And then
the Pee Wee Patriots.
And then went out and got jerseys. And, that was always fun to see that kind of happen. And but it was just it was hard to go out and watch those guys, take their licks.
Yeah.
But we knew it's what we had to do.
Well,
to get to this point.
And what you see now at this point, winning season, losing season, they've gelled as a team. They understand what it means to take, people from the school, and they'll be like a family, and it'll carry right on, and they'll see each other 40 years from now, and they'll still have that bond. And
it takes
it's a wonderful thing.
It takes a long time to build a football program. You can't just, even though you may have had some success early on, had some playoff games, it takes a long time to build a program.
Yeah,
it takes some consistency, and that's the thing that we've got to get to now is having some consistency. And, these kids that are out here now, they know they're getting beat, but they're out here because they want to.
I haven't seen any quit in them.
No,
I haven't
that's
seen
the
any
thing
quit
we've seen all year is that even they've been down, they've never quit, but they're learning. Every week they get a little bit better.
Right.
The opponents have been getting better, but they get better. And for a guy like Carter Stevens, our quarterback, he's never played quarterback before. This is his first year. For him to go out there and do what he's doing, we've seen him grow leaps and bounds from that first quarter of that first game 3 weeks ago. So,
well, some of the most successful people I know from Slocomb came through during a losing program, and part of it is if you don't quit on yourself, and the team won't quit on you, and you learn from that, and it'll carry through. probably sometimes better than winning does.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of times.
Yeah. Well, Coach, man, it's been fun to hang out with you, and I appreciate you coming over. I know you had to make a long walk all the way around that side, but I'm
a little winded, but I'll be okay.
But you're welcome to stay with us as long as you want to. But, man, it's good seeing you. It's good talking to you.
Good to see you.
And,
I appreciate it.
You and I did I think probably had a lot to do with this this game happening tonight with the Knights out here on the field, and knew it was going to be tough, and we knew that we were going to get some pushback, and we did. But
I knew that you and I, if you can kick the can down the road for a long, long time, and try to wait for the perfect moment, but for something like this, you just kind of have to just do it. And
I felt the Lord leading us that way. I really did, and I felt like if this was the time, it was going to happen. Well, with us both, going off to do other things, the Lord calling us away, and still seeing it continue to see tells you the Lord was in it all the way.
Yeah, he was.
I know people say, well, he doesn't care about sports. Well, he cares about young men.
Yeah.
He cares about what they're doing.
And you and I leaving it, carrying on, it tells you it wasn't about us.
Yeah, that's
right. It wasn't about us. It was about the plan God had for young men that come to this school.
Yeah, and you hear the fans cheering the guys as they come to the sideline, getting ready for the second half. Well, Coach, it was a pleasure. Thanks for coming over here and talking to us, and you hang out with us as long as you want to.
Appreciate it, Matt. I'm probably going to go say goodbye to my sister and watch just a little bit more. My wife's not feeling real well, so I'm going to go check on her.
All right. Well, good deal. Good luck to you, sir. Appreciate it. Chuck, we've got two teams back on the field, and you talk about the first half. It was pretty one-sided.
It was, and Coach had great insight there that it takes a level of maturity from the coaching staff to be able to communicate and teach these young men, hey, let's get out there, let's give it all. But what you're trying to teach them is get the big picture in mind. This is more about what you're doing just tonight. You're building something that will last a lifetime for you and some memories, but it'll also affect young men that might be 5, 6, 7, 10 years younger than you that can get to experience it and hopefully experience it on another level as far as wins and losses. So it means a lot, and these young men will realize this in 5 years. It's tough tonight, but certainly for life lessons, this is a great opportunity for these young men from Northside.
Yeah, absolutely. And they come out and get the ball teed up. They're going to kick it away here. And see what kind of adjustments the Knights have made.
First adjustment is to swap the sides of the field and kick it the other way.
That's right. We're going to get that all worked out.
And they seem like they handled that, so that's a good sign.
Next week we'll be in Wicksburg.
Yeah, another that we may have a low viewpoint, if I recall.
Yeah, probably so. And they're a good size team, especially their line. It's been traditionally very solid.
They've already got, I think, a couple of linemen that have agreed to play football at a college level.
Ah, well, that tells you something. So, ball's teed up. And a good high kick to the near sideline. It's going to be taken at the 15. Number 2 going around the outside. And he's trying to get around the corner. He does. Puts his head down and gets hit.
Great upfield tackle there by the Knights.
Yeah, back at about the 30-yard line. Let's see. Good to have Coach Paul Newton here with us. Always fun to see him and reminisce about the old days.
And that was intriguing to me. I've never met Coach Newton, and that was I can see why this is becoming a more success story. If he had you and then had that kind of coaching and that kind of character, then you can see why it's on solid ground.
Well, and Coach knew about how to get football going. I had no clue. I was like, I think we just need to do it. 5 wide receivers. Bad snap, but Noble's up the middle and Wildcat. He's got some room, and he gets hit and dropped down near the first down marker across the 40.
They're going to be right at it, Matt, just about a yard short possibly. But, again, the right side for the Red Tops has been run heavy. They've got some good-sized linemen there. Then Nobles himself is like we've already mentioned, he's a good-sized running back for any classification in high school. But for 3A, he's a load.
Yeah, he is. So call it second down and about 1. Shotgun formation for Thomas. High snap. He gets it, gives the handoff. Going up the middle. He gets hit. He's dropped.
That's going to be close.
He got the first
may
down,
have
though.
gotten it. He did.
He did, and not by much.
Hey, good push by the left side of the Knights line. Then they crashed down with the linebackers, much like we talked about against Houston County and Providence when such a run-heavy team. But certainly they've had to defend the pass more so than they had the first two games. And all things said and done, Matt, they've not done terribly in that. It's just they've come up against some great athletes with this red top team.
Shotgun formation. Thomas, here's the snap. We'll throw quickly to the near side is number 5. Trying to get a block. He gets hit. Still on his feet. Pushes down near the 49-yard line.
Well, defended well, but you can see what that kind of play. They had Nobles blocking on the comeback, and we mentioned his size, 6'1", 220. When you have a kid that size that can run like he does, but then he's blocking for a receiver, he can make a big difference on that side. So what looked like a successful play for the Knights was a 7-yard gain for the Red Tops.
And I know the score doesn't reflect it, but we have really seen some great improvement on the Knights defense.
Really have.
It's a different opponent, but some of the stuff they're doing tonight has been a big improvement. High snap, but give us to Miller up the middle. He's going to get hit and dropped for a loss.
Hey, and that's a great segue. What you just said, Matt, is what just played out. They stunted on the inside there. They had the linebackers crash down, but they stunted on the inside line, and that really confused the blocking scheme for the Red Tops. So you can see on that one play, that's a perfect example of them making some adjustments and really at least these kids learning a different skill within the defensive scheme.
Yeah, that was Kevin Dorsey with the tackle. It's good to see him back up. He was injured earlier, but made that play there. 3rd down, and we'll call it about 4.5. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, trips to the near side. Here's a snap, and he's going to keep it himself right up the middle. He's got the first down. Falls down to the 45-yard line of Northside.
And again, you give the Red Top coaching staff credit for that. So they saw that stunt on a delayed handoff, and they battled that with a straight sprint draw from the quarterback out of that position in that pistol. And there's no way you can stunt and try to make that play. So again, the Red Top coach staff paying attention to that. So it's tit for tat on that.
First down for Slocomb. They lead 30-0 here. Looks like we're having some kind of a running clock because there's only 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Or wow. We did 8-minute quarters. Maybe I didn't notice that. Here's the keeper himself on a play action. He gets his head down as Thomas falls down near the 35-yard line. Be just short of the first down, I believe.
Yeah, I think he will be just short. Again, Dorsey on the tackle. He moves good for a man 6'1", 245. He had some speed coming off the line and pursued that play rather well.
2nd down and 1.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that, Matt, with the score like it is. You do a shorter quarter.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take a timeout, Slocomb. So, Tristin, how's it going down there on the field?
Oh, it's great down here. I love the side view.
Yeah, I kind of threw you off. You weren't expecting me to come to you.
Well, I was thinking about it, but I didn't know what I was going to say. There was not much.
All right, so let me ask you this. Did you have any major tests this week?
Well, I actually had a lot going on this week. Some major tests, pre-cal tests. That's always a major test. But, I was doing some different things as class president. I'm the junior class president, so I had some stuff going on there. And then earlier today, I went and took the group senior pictures that they put in the yearbook, so that was exciting.
Man, you were
busy.
busy.
You are staying busy. I was going to ask Tristin, we might not have time, but if you don't, you think about it. What has been the biggest surprise to you doing this? I mean, you have nothing to measure it against, so what have you been most surprised about?
That is a good question.
Think on it while we call this play. 2nd down and 1. Shotgun formation, 5 wide receivers. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Looking. Now he's under pressure. Throws. And he's got his man caught, number 1. And he makes a move. He's to the 10. He's going to again touchdown, Slocomb.
Again, Matt, we had pressure. Our defensive line that time played well, was within a hand of making that sack. And Red Tops with senior leadership from the quarterback position and not a bad elusive play by Miller that time afforded them to score.
All right, so back to Tristin. So you had a minute to think about that. Well, 30 seconds to think about that question.
I'd say maybe how comfortable I am doing it. I think I always knew that it was going to be fun. I was excited to do it. But I just think it's been very comfortable. It hasn't seemed like anything new to me.
So do you have, like, some of your classmates and friends come up to you and say, hey, I saw you down the field. What were you doing down there? Were you like Secret Service with that that radio, or what?
I've had a few people ask me what I'm doing. They were like, what is this? I've been trying to figure out all night, and I have to tell them. I give them my definition. Well, I'm a sideline reporter. I sideline report. I report from the sideline.
That's a threefold explanation.
That is.
Well, I tell you what, just to affirm what you said, Matt and I have talked, not only at during the week where we are at church, but we've seen that you seem very comfortable and doing that. So I'll pose the same question to your colleague in the producing booth the next opportunity we have to say something.
Well, there you go. You got it. You got 30 seconds.
Yeah. What's been your biggest surprise in doing what you do here?
I'm not sure really.
Well, okay, but that's not adequate. So we'll give you some time to think about it.
You wouldn't accept that answer.
No. All right, think on it while we do this kickoff here. See, we're doing some different things tonight because just trying to see how you're thinking here.
When ball games go a certain way, that's what you have the opportunity to do.
You do. All right, 37-0 is the Slocomb over Northside score right now.
This part of the game has become intriguing for me because you just don't. Well, there you go.
Oh, there's a big high kick. Wow. Taken back at the 10-yard line. He's up to the 20. Makes a move, falls forward, puts his head down near the 30-yard line. So a good little return there.
It was. So now they've done 3 different kicks. Northside handled that pretty well.
A lot of the younger guys looking like they're in there on that kick team. So it's good to see a few of those guys.
Absolutely. And it'd be good to see maybe some new numbers for the Red Top side. This is their first defensive series, so I still see some starters out there for them.
Still have their starters out there, that's for sure. First down for the Knights. Low snap. Give to Gage Rhodes up the middle, makes a move, slips the tackle, falls forward up to about the 35-yard line.
That's good to see. Just 37-0 in the latter part of the third quarter. You don't really need to do anything spectacular. Let's just see if they can establish some of the basic plays in their playbook, and that's one of them. And it worked out for a good 5-yard gain.
Shotgun formation for the Knights. Stevens looks over the defense, and now he's set. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Looking, throws. The near far sideline. Oh, incomplete. And that's going to be a flag. Quintero was taken down hard as he went up for that.
I think they picked it up,
and
Matt.
They picked it up. Okay.
It was a clean tackle, but I was seeing if he hit the guy before the ball got over his head, but apparently they decided he did not.
All right. So 3rd down and 5.
Again, and like you was talking to Paul just a moment ago, Matt. This is Carter Stevens' third game?
Third game.
So not yet 3 games, and so he's still learning how to be a quarterback, how to throw off the correct foot and the footwork.
Yeah. And
Great athlete.
He didn't have a spring game. He didn't have a game last year to play quarterback. Here's the give. Up the middle to Watkins. He gets a blocker, pushes forward. He's still going. He's off the races. Oh, and he hit the ground hard. But he get a first down up to the 42-yard line of Slocomb.
That's the best run he's had all year, Matt. And he's come up a little tender. He landed hard. Could have knocked the breath out of him.
Yeah, I'm thinking that so because he jumped up, tried to split the defenders, and he just kind of fell down. But he's coming up a little bit gimpy on the leg though. So.
Yeah, he's favoring that right leg, and he's going down.
He's being told to go down, so he can.
now, because they got to get the player to take his place in the game. So there's that's called coaching on the run, right there, coaching on the fly.
That's it. So it looks like the edge is.
Well, yeah. Up. Golly, I hope it's not sprained because it is now. It's really torn up. I thought that you turned an ankle, and that coach went out there and started bending it to his chin.
So I know that college football has really started already, but it doesn't feel like it starts till tomorrow.
That's right.
I mean, because you got I guess you'd call it the big guns coming out tomorrow with, the teams that we pretty much follow in this area with Alabama. You got Auburn. Some of the other ones that are playing around here, we don't count them. But, I mean, they're going to come out and start playing tomorrow. Even though we watched some games last night, and I'll just tell you, Chuck, I tried to watch some of those games. It just didn't feel the same.
It didn't, although I felt really close to the state of Minnesota last night.
I did too. First down, keeper Stevens coming around the near side. He's got some room. Oh, and there's going to be a horse collar.
Yeah.
As the flag comes in. But, they were keeping the guys, they were keeping that game interesting there for a while and thought we were.
Oh, my
goodness.
Did he
just point the other way?
They're calling holding on the Knights. That is incredible.
So back to college football, because I've got no response for that. That just happened on the field. Alabama playing Miami. How you feel about that 2:30 start tomorrow and that being up in the Mercedes Dome, isn't it?
It is. The home away from home from Alabama. They've paid rent there for the past decade because they've owned it.
Yeah.
As pathological as I am as an Alabama fan, I'm always pessimistic on new starts, like saying, this could go wrong, this could go wrong, this could go, much like the snap did there for the Knights.
Yep.
And I'm always wondering what's going to go wrong. But I really, after probably 3 tight quarters, I think Bama will pull the game out. Now let me clear one thing up. You said Alabama, big gun, Auburn, and other teams that we may not mention. Mike Lawson may or may not be listening to us, but if he is, I really expect him to text or call immediately from a black and red perspective.
I'll tell you what, that Georgia-Clemson game is pretty intriguing because they're rated high. Don't know what either team's going to have this year. Here's a snap on 2nd and long. Carter Stevens going around the outside. I think he's going to try to keep it himself. He's going to run it. And he gets brought down near the 49-yard line to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, that looked like a busted play there, Matt. And I know as broadcasters we're supposed to be as fair and neutral as we can be toward our great friends wearing the striped shirt. But I believe Coach Green had a great argument a moment ago how they call a horse collar in the first quarter and not call it just a moment ago when Carter Stevens was turned 180 degrees.
Right.
I don't see the consistency.
Here's the snap. Roland Carter is going to keep it himself. He slicks a tackle, goes towards the middle of the field, gets up to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about, we'll call it 8. So they'll keep it on the field, I expect here.
Yeah, I think so too. He's trying to make things happen, and what you don't want to see right here is he try to do too much and risk an injury.
That's right. Don't want that at all. Yeah, that Georgia Clemson game. Both teams rated top 5, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll keep it here. Top 5 teams. Trying to figure out who's really going to be, because a lot of people are saying, even though Clemson is just coming off of several years of success consistently, a new quarterback, but a lot of people think Georgia could even go all the way. Clemson.
There's not, and that's what intrigues me too. And I haven't been keeping up with it much. I do know Georgia's had a couple of injuries, and they may have some question marks, and they had some changes within staff. And really, the track record, there's probably no one, including Alabama, that's got any more talent than Georgia does.
Yeah.
But Clemson has won the big games.
Yeah.
And for that reason alone, I think if all things are even though I think Coach Kirby Smart's a great coach, certainly Dabo is. He's been there a long time. But you just look at the proven product, and Georgia could very easily win. But if someone said, well, who are you going to have to pick? I've got to go with Clemson. It's a neutral field, so to speak, but it's in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
And until Georgia does something, it says they've turned the corner.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Kirby Smart is the new Mark Richt. He's done well, but he hasn't won the big one.
The big one, even though he's been close a few times.
He is. Now they did win the game in the Rose Bowl several years ago against a team you like a lot. But
yeah, we're not going to talk about that. 4th down and 8. Back to pass is Stevens. He's under pressure. Throws deep, and he's going to be tripped up, and he's not going to be able to make that catch. I guess he tripped on his own feet.
Yeah, that was incidental contact. But I tell you what, Carter Stevens was trying to unload that ball to save his skin.
That's right.
Right there, he had a lot of Cardinal jerseys right staring at him.
So the ball go over on downs to Slocomb. Yeah, so I'm a big Oklahoma Sooner fan, and so they are supposed to have been on the road this week against Tulane, but because of Ida, they can't. I don't even know if they even have power down there. So they quickly moved that game to Norman, and I saw today where they're putting the logo, the Green Wave logo, on the field.
Really?
In Norman for that team, and there's been a lot of support.
That's
for
a classy move.
It really is. They're doing a lot of things to try to support those guys. And a hand up off the middle. Looks like we got some new players in for the Red Tops.
We do. He deserves to be mentioned. The mystery player for the Red Tops, number 13, not listed. There's 2 11s, so I'm thinking it's either Gabe Hall or Moises Sanchez, and I'm looking, and best I can determine ethnicity. Did I say that right? Ethnicity?
Close.
I'm going to say it's Gabe Hall.
Okay.
5'9", 170, possibly 10th grader from right here in Geneva County of Slocomb, Alabama.
So 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers each side. And it's going to keep it himself. Coming around the near side, number 5. Puts his head down. Gets across the 45. And
Maddox King, 5'9", 145-pound sophomore for the Red Tops. And Red Tops have an injured player down. I can't make out a number on that. Tristan's probably not any closer than we are. And
I'm not. I didn't see the number.
Well, Matt.
I'll pray because they don't think it's a cramp this time. Father, we just lift up this young man down on the field. We pray it's nothing serious, that whatever the injury is, it'll be a quick heal. He'll be able to jump up off the turf here and run off the field and be back in this game quickly. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, they're not raising that leg up to stretch it out, are they? I can't. 18's blocking my view, so.
Yeah, I can't tell. Might be trying to stretch something out. I can't tell from here. So. I'll go back to the Alabama game. I think you're right. I was kind of thinking, new quarterback, and he is off the turf and walking off.
That's number 55, Juan Rostro. He's played a lot this game. 5'10", 215 senior for the Red Tops.
New quarterback for Alabama. First game tomorrow, and typically we see anytime it's a new quarterback, it takes him a little bit to kind of get with the speed of the game. It's one thing to do it in practice against your own team, but when you're up against another team, so I think it'll be a close game also early, but I think they'll pull away later on. He's just there's a flag down on the field up the middle, number 13, and he is dropped down past the first down marker. Let's see what the flag is.
That's got to be they lined up offside. One team did. I'm not sure who it was, but. Let's see, illegal procedure against the Red Tops. I agree, and what's double whammy for the Tide tomorrow is not only you've got a new quarterback in there after Mac Jones, but then you've got a brand new offensive coordinator as well. So
right.
You've got a new quarterback learning a new offensive coordinator, and listen, this guy's got pro experience and coached Penn State, so it's not certainly his first rodeo, but.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting to watch, and if anything like Saban has been in the past, he's going to play it very conservatively and nothing fancy in the first 2 quarters.
3rd down and 8. There's a snap, and another flag down, and he's going to get hit and dropped. Gain of about a yard, but another flag down.
I think this is a sign of those new kids in there for the Red Tops. I think it's going to be the same penalty.
Another thing, too, about the quarterback for Alabama, something that is very new this year, is the fact that he has very high dollar amount of sponsorships in this NIL stuff. And you wonder, these guys that are getting this, what kind of pressure is that going to put on these kids, And
absolutely. And here's what kind of ego I'm not sure there's a helmet large enough. And I don't know Bryce Young, but he's a young man and has that much money. And it's absolutely my prayer and hope, not just be as an Alabama fan, but for it not to change the college game. You're going to need parents, and you're going to need coaching staffs, and you're going to need mentors to keep that kind of thing in check. Because who would blame a young man like that? You've got that much money coming in. And at what point do you say, you know what, I'm going to dial it back right here because I want to keep making that money. Why am I going to risk doing something that might get me injured?
Yeah, exactly right. Absolutely.
And not that I'm, propagating stupid play, but that's been the beauty of college football, that you're playing for the school. You're not playing for a salary. You're not playing for a company.
Red Top's running on the outside. He's got some room. He's got the first down. He could be gone on a 3rd and long. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to dive into the end zone. Flags are down. Flags down back here by where the white hat is, and it's going to be holding on Red Top. So wipe that out.
Yep, you got a holding at the line of scrimmage. You got a block in the back. That I'll give the guy credit that made the call. He was about 40 yards, but trying to get there as quick as he could, and so he made that call from 40 yards away on a block in the back. But I tell you what, the Red Tops may have a player in the future on the mystery number 13. Whoever he is, he has speed.
He definitely does. He ran around that corner really quick. Well, a lot of things will be fun to watch tomorrow. It's actually going to play out really well for me. I got Oklahoma at 11.
Oh, wow.
And then Alabama's at 2:30. And then you got the Georgia-Clemson game primetime, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun to
good triple header. So
it is.
I went out on a limb. I picked the Tigers from Death Valley. So
did you?
Yeah, that's who I'm going with, and not that that'll change your pick. So you tell the listeners and myself out there, who do you think is going to win the Georgia-Clemson game?
Well, because they don't have their running back and their quarterback that Clemson's been used to having, and they've got new guys that are unproven, I'm going to go with Georgia because of experience. So I think it's going to be a pretty close game, but I do think I think Georgia will win that game. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say.
You very well could be right,
and I could totally be wrong.
Got a Knights player really coming off the field. Good pace there, great hustle.
All right, so 3rd down and about 28. Number 5 coming around the near side. He's looking for something, and he's not going to get anything. He's dropped.
A good pursuit by the Knights, then led by number 44.
So 4th
Jonathan
down.
Steinfeld.
Might see an actual punt tonight from the Red Tops.
That would be their first punt of the evening. Is that right?
I
Yeah, because they did line up when they kind of in a hybrid punt. And
they threw it. They didn't get the first down. So we'll see what they do here.
Looks like the Knights are not really.
Not sure what we got lined up because they haven't. Looks like they're going to go for it.
And they are. They brought. Look at this. They brought their starters in.
Starters in for this play. I don't know about that. Maybe
that's the first thing I've really disliked.
High snap over his head. It's going to bounce inside the 10. He picks it up. He's going to try to punt it, and he drops it. And it's going to be picked up by the Knights inside the 10-yard line.
Wow.
I think he intended to punt that ball, but just couldn't do anything with it.
He might have been. Definitely he's going to try to kick it in, but I don't know if that was the original thought in the lineup.
So I'd love to see the Knights get on the board here and avoid the shutout. The ball is placed right at, it looks like the 8 or 9 yard line.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Tell you what, I'm going to go 7.
Okay. Not sure what that was, but we'll take it.
No, you got it right. It's on the 9.
All right. Interesting formation here for the Knights. I don't know what you call that. Now we got whistles and a timeout for Northside. That was some kind of a
that was a new lineup.
That was a new lineup. It looked like a straight wishbone there.
Wow, and it did. And boy, they had some gaps between the linemen too.
Yeah, they did. They call a timeout. It's 3:59 to go in the ball game. It's 37-0 Slocomb.
All right, so you've had time to think about this thing.
Yes, Trevor, you got we gave you a lot of time. What you got? What
your biggest surprise in doing the job you do so well for the Northside Methodist Academy Broadcast Network?
There you go.
Probably the setup is a lot more compact and easier to get up and going than I thought it would be.
Wow, you think this is compact, huh?
More of a complicated process, but
yeah,
it's actually not too bad.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you're a tech guy. You like the details, so I like that answer.
Yeah, the challenge would be to try to figure out how to make this smaller. You know, and so I mean, it looks like from some regards a lot of equipment because you got a big soundboard but I mean, for it to work as well as it doesn't need the equipment. So here we go. We're going to be looks like we're going to be in a Wildcat. Watkins has the ball. He's going to keep it himself. Goes up the middle, pushes forward, almost to the 5-yard line, and he's finally pushed back. I think they're going to give him the 7-yard line.
He did well when his feet were on the ground, but when they picked him up and he had nothing, he couldn't help but go backwards.
That's right. So second down and goal for the Knights.
I don't know if I've ever seen two defensive players pick up an offensive player in his feet. You know, it looked cartoonish. They were still going, but they weren't touching the ground.
They really want that shutout because they've got starters out there for
They
us
did
locally.
run the starters back.
Yep.
I guess I get that in a way, but gee whiz.
Watkins keeping it himself again, trying to find a hole, pushes forward, and I don't think he got much.
Now,
the pile moved across the field, and now it's going to be third down and goal from about the 8-yard line.
Well, you know, the Knights have their starters. Well, I don't know if they do or not. They may have one player that's not a starter, number 20, out there. I'm trying to see, Matt, anyone else that may or may not be a starter.
Yeah, there's a few. Number 6, Watkins is in there. But, yeah, they've got a lot of the younger guys in there. Still in the same Wildcat formation for Watkins. Here's a snap. He's going to give it to Gage Rose this time up the middle, trying to push the pile forward, and not getting much. And there's going to be a flag down. It looks like going to be a Knights pulling the helmet off, and that's not going to be a good result.
Yeah, he could be out of the game.
He could be out of the game. He's coming to the sideline here. Yeah, that's not a smart move there when you got the ball first and goal.
Now that'll back it up for sure.
So they're going to call it face mask on the Knights. That's going to back them up 15 yards. So that's going to make it 4th and long, I believe.
Again, another learning opportunity. It's okay to be frustrated, but you've got to learn how to manage that frustration and do it within the rules of the game and let it be a motivator instead of a thing that motivates instead of it controls you.
So the ball's going to be brought back. They're marking it off now. And it's going to be spotted near the 20-yard line. So they're going to be bringing in the Knights are bringing in the starters this time, it looks like.
Yeah,
and they're going to keep it third down and goal, I guess.
You know, I really like what Coach Green did there. He let the guys going to be playing in the future.
Yeah.
Try to punch that thing in, and you give them credit because the Red Tops brought their starters in. So I like the way the Knights played that thing out.
Timeout on the field. I don't know who called that, but
looks like they were setting up for the kick, possibly.
Yeah, it looks like like Carter Stevens was going in there to hold it. He's limping. I wonder if he's the reason why he's not in the game at quarterback.
I wondered the same thing when I saw him on the sideline over here.
I know that one time that he went down awkwardly in the first half. Now we got another flag down after the Slocomb coach had some words, and now he's walking off the field, and I think we're going to get those yardage back. We'll get those 15 yards back, Chuck, I think.
Yeah, that was bizarre. Is that even the head coach?
That was the head coach. That was the head coach. That was unsportsmanlike conduct. What was the call? I believe he was thinking that it was worse than a face mask, maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm thinking he was thinking the kid should have been disqualified is what I'm guessing.
So is it 15 yards or half the distance?
I think it just is another 15 because they went back 15.
I think it went half the distance. Surprised it's not automatic first down. They do have it marked as 4th down.
Yeah, dead ball foul.
Yeah. So they're coming on with the field goal team to see if we can get points on the board here. Here's the snap. And got guys jumping, and it's blocked, but it's dead because they whistled it before it even happened.
Yeah.
Because Slocomb jumped off sides.
You know what was a ball game that had pretty good sportsmanship right here is, in my opinion, Matt, just getting a little carried away because you're trying to protect something that's really worth not protecting. Let's the shutout at 37-0. What difference is it going to make really? And
yeah, exactly.
It just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth from a program that I respect from Slocomb. I mean, I get it. You compete.
Yeah.
And you want to protect it. But
and I get you want a win. You didn't get one last week. At the same time, this doesn't count.
Yeah.
This is Northside's is an associate member. It doesn't count for championship. So, it's not a region game. It's just try the field goal attempt again from the 5-yard line. High snap, kick is blocked. So same result after the attempt. Just couldn't keep the guys there with that size of Slocomb.
Yep, good athletic play. I just, I don't know. I still go back to what lessons are you teaching the kids?
So 2 minutes to go in the ball game. It's 37-0 still. And the ball will be placed at the 20-yard line for Slocomb.
Maybe I'm a little bit too harsh there. If I am, listeners we may have, I'll welcome your critique.
Well, it's a hard thing as a Knights fan to see that when you know that you've got the game is over and you trot the starters back out there.
Yeah.
All right, so first down for Slocomb. And we got another timeout on the field. And this is the other thing that doesn't make any sense to me either, calling timeouts.
Who called? Did Slocomb call a timeout there?
Slocomb called timeout. So 1:48 to go. Tristin, what you got going? I don't even know where you are. I've lost you or something. Oh, there you are. Right
I'm
there.
merging in with the football team.
Yeah. So you got big plans for a holiday weekend. It's Labor Day. What you got?
Not much. Just planning on resting up. I got fall softball, a lot going on, but
fall softball.
Travel ball, yes, sir.
You're playing softball in the fall?
Yes.
Are you bored? I mean, how do you keep up with all this stuff? You got pre-cal, you got wrestling coming up. You're down here on the sideline on Friday nights. I mean,
you go day by day. It's a little surprise every day whenever you find out you have something new to do. So.
Wow. Well, good luck with that.
We need to get her one of those bicycle flags, Matt, and we can spot her on the sideline.
I know. Or you know, they used to make those little hats that would look like umbrellas.
Oh yeah.
I think I could probably see her that way.
Yeah, you guys can get me a hat.
Yeah, I mean, because you're wearing green, the grass is green, and Northside's green, so you blend in. With Joy FM, I would try to get the sideline reporter to wear a different color
You're right.
so that we could see them, and that didn't always work either. But
yeah, I think I wore black, didn't I?
Yeah, I think black is what we did the last couple of years. All right, so first down, we're going to try this again. Maybe we're out of timeouts, hopefully. High snap. He gets it and gives it number 13 going around the outside. And he's trying to get the corner, and he's still on his feet. Finally gets pushed out of bounds. Somewhere down there.
Yeah, kind of lose track of it over there. Looks like it was the same play that that long run he had earlier that was called back. Minute 31 here, it would be a good, classy sign to take a knee. You got a first down, running clock. But I really don't see them doing that.
Yeah, we don't have a play clock that's actually got any time on it, so we don't know how much time they have. They are taking their time, though, in the huddle. All right, shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. High snap. He gets it. Coming around the outside, trying to get the corner. He's got a first down, and he gets dropped past the 45-yard line. At least the clock is still running, even though it would typically stop at a first down to 40 seconds. Next week, we'll be in Slocomb. Hope you'll tune in and
or Vicksburg, possibly.
What did I say?
Slocomb.
Oh, I'm tired, apparently.
A little bit further west and north than we are tonight.
Yes. So we're in Vicksburg. I was thinking Vicksburg.
I know you were.
That's going to be it for here tonight, as they're going to let that clock go ahead and run down. But the Knights fall tonight 37-0. But we'll be at Vicksburg next week. 6:45 will be our broadcast time. And I hope you will tune in and support the Knights and this media team. Final thoughts. Tristin, what you got down there on the field?
Not much, but, oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my radio cut out. Not much. I mean, I think it was just a tough game. I mean, Slocomb's a tough team. They have some good key players. I think that they just kind of got in their own heads, maybe just struggled a little bit, but they just let it overtake their game instead of just coming back and trying to be their best team.
Yeah, we saw some good things tonight from the Knights in lots of ways. The score doesn't represent that, but, saw some improvements, I think, in lots of ways, Chuck, and they'll build off of that and go into next week's game.
I agree. So we said earlier, and it sounds cliche for a moment, but you're building more than just this year. You're building a program, and what I was going to ask you and Paul was, you're not only growing here, but you make true transitions. You start the program like y'all did 7 years ago, then it transitioned from AISA to Alabama High School Athletic Association, and that's almost like starting over in many ways.
Oh yeah,
because the competition even gets that much more stiff. But at the same time, you have crowds like you did tonight, and if you had this in home games, the bottom line is your gate receipts go up. That helps continue to build your program, and kids buy into it. So
yeah,
the future's bright, I believe, for the Northside Knights.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna, it's new coaching staff, a lot of new players that have never played football before, or at least in the positions they're in. And every week they're learning more. And, the thing that they got to do is, figure out the areas in which they need to continue to improve. And from there, take it to the next week and keep going. Because eventually some of this stuff, as they talk about it, is gonna all gel together and click. So it should be good. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, and the guys. Tristin, thanks for your reporting tonight, and Trevor doing the producing, and Chuck, thanks for your always good work. I'm Matt Johnson, and remember, next week, 6:45 will be our broadcast here on YouTube Live for Vicksburg game. Good night. God bless.
Thank you for listening to Northside Methodist Academy Football. As always, thank you for supporting Northside Athletics. And thanks to all of our sponsors who make this ministry possible. And because it's a ministry, we'd love to partner with you in any of your prayer needs and share with you how to take the next steps in your relationship with Christ. Just call or text the Joy FM prayer line, 800-877-PRAY. That's 800-877-PRAY. Join us again next week for the Knights pregame show starting at 6:45. This has been a presentation of the Northside Methodist Academy Media Team.